Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.
What is up, Eagles Nation? It's your boy Bird Gang 31 with my boy JC Sports Talk in the building. How are you guys doing tonight? How you doing, JC?
Yeah, hey man, look, anytime I get to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles on season, preseason, off season, Super Bowl, look, it's always a good day, man. You know what I mean? So, hey, off season is here, man. You know, the season did not end the way we wanted to end. You know, it was almost a perfect season. Almost a perfect season. It did not end the way we all wanted to end, but there's a lot of positive to talk about. There's a lot of stuff to get into, man. So let's do it.
Yeah, man. How do you feel about that, man? I know we don't need to go deep down into the whole, Super Bowl experience again, but it's been some time now. And what is your take? Do you think that this team, is in good end is moving forward after that Super Bowl loss, or do you think it's about to be a whole new whirlwind of things happening?
Look, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. You know what I mean? That's what I do. All right, I don't feed no BS. I don't get too high or too low. My only concern is this defense. Offense is set, in my opinion. Kelsey come back, doesn't come back. Cam Jurgen, he's right there, ready to take over. Even if he doesn't take over for Kelsey, he can move to right guard. I mean, so offense-wise with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard. So I think, offense-wise, we are good. The defense is my concern because, next year we play a lot of different teams, a lot of harder teams, and we're going to need our defense to play as good, if not better, than it did this year because the schedule is getting harder. The quarterbacks are getting better. So definitely we need to retool this defense. And that's my problem. No defensive coordinator. Like 7 out of 11 pending free agents are on the defense. So that's my only concern with this team is the defense. Offense, look, no matter how the NFL try to take away the quarterback sneak, whatever they try to do, it doesn't matter. This offense, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, remember Kenny Pickett did that fake slide, and then college football took the fake slide out just after he did it, like a week after he did it, and that's.
But I can understand that though. I can understand that because you are protected. You're protecting the quarterback. If you try to fake slide,
to come up with the fake slide.
No, there's no such thing as a fake slide, first of all right? This ain't baseball, all right? You either going to slide or not, or your head going to get taken off. Which one is it? What are you going to do? Are you going to slide or not? If not, I'm taking your head off.
What's wrong for them to take it away? I think they
No, but that's a totally different thing, man. Look, I understand the slide. But this right here, I don't understand why the NFL all of a sudden, because you can't stop the play. The Eagles was like a 97% rate. And I think the three jacked up percentage with Gardner Mitchell's skinny ass was in there. You know what I mean? He got stuffed. But besides that, with Jalen Hurts, it's automatic. It's automatic, 100%. 10 out of 10, we're going to get that quarterback sneak. So I don't know why the NFL wants to do something like that because the play is not illegal. It's not illegal. So why now? You know what I mean? Like, why? So, but overall, man, we are in good shape. Minus the defense a little bit because 7 out of 11. Like, the only people that we have on the defense that are set is Reddick, Sweat, Maddox, and Slay. Everybody else is up in the air with free agency.
Yeah. And we're going to definitely get into that free agency talk. But, look at some of the things you happen. We had two receivers both go, break the reception record. Devontae broke the record. And I think AJ being number two still broke the record. So two of those guys breaking records, both of them getting 1,000 yards. You got Jalen Hurts here breaking Super Bowl records. You know what I'm saying? 20 points, three touchdowns rushing. First quarter ever in history. Why does it always seem like we're going ever in history with Jalen Hurts? It's not like he just broke a record that haven't been broken in so many years. It's always like the first quarter ever to do these things. First quarterback 300 yards passing, 70 yards rushing in a Super Bowl. Man, we put up the most points, man. We got a dog. We got a dog for a long time. This offense, like you said, is all homegrown. I think except for AJ Brown, we drafted all these players. On this offense. So it's all homegrown. They're all young and talented players. And definitely when we get to the free agent side, we're going to talk about a couple of key players on this offense. But just really excited. Like you said, we are minus, a defensive coordinator right now, minus an offensive coordinator right now. You're kind of wondering what's going to happen in Philadelphia. Let's start with that defense. How do you feel about JG? We'll talk about both of the coaches. Actually, we'll talk about Steichen first because he'll be a quick talk. We're gonna probably have to dig into JG a little bit. But how do you feel about Steichen taking that head coaching job in Indianapolis?
Look, hey, in my opinion, hey, he deserved it, man. You know what I mean? He's the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles became, one of the worst rushing teams to start off last season to becoming, the number one rushing team a top five rushing team that year in, year out, you have to try to game plan for. So I think that he proved that he could call plays. My only question is, you don't have a Jalen Hurts. You don't have the best offensive line. Now what? You know what I mean? So we are definitely about to see how good Shane really is when he go to the coach, right? As the head coach.
Line over there.
Huh?
I said he got Jonathan Taylor and a good offensive line over there.
He do, but the quarterback was the thing in Philadelphia, man. No. Without Jalen Hurts, we are not top five in rushing. I'm sorry. Because nobody is afraid of Gardner Minshew taking off with the rock. Nobody. So because of Jalen Hurts, things was easier on Shane. Yes, a good offensive line. Yes, some good running backs. But you needed that dude to take away from the loaded box, right? Hey, we got to focus on Jonathan Taylor now. And now you go to the coach. Guess what? Everybody is going to be focusing on Jonathan Taylor, Bump, who's the quarterback. So now the running game is going to become harder. Now, how is he going to adjust to that? Like, you know what I mean? So, but he did earn his stripes.
Do they have a first-round pick this year? Didn't they get Washington's first-round pick?
No. They gave up. Washington gave up 2 third-round picks for Carson Wentz.
Honestly, do they still have a first-round pick this?
Yeah, they should. I mean, I don't see why not. Yeah. They do have a first-round pick. But Shane is going to get tested. All right, he is going to get tested.
Oh, yeah, they got a pick overall. They can get a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
right there. Dang, I didn't even notice that. Not only can Shane get a quarterback, but so can Mr. Gannon. If you don't like Kyler Murray, you can trade.
Nah. He got a quarterback. He said, and look, we gonna get into your boy, the guy that you love so much. But Shane Steichen, he deserved to be a head coach. He earned his stripe. My only gripe was over how did he get picked over EB? You know what I mean? Eric Bieniemy, right? But we all know that he wasn't the main one calling the plays in Kansas City. So I understand that.
That's where it's weird at. Because Eric is calling Andy's plays. Everybody know he's the offensive coordinator, but doesn't Andy Reid.
But it's really not calling the plays, though.
Shane got handed over the play calling duties, but everybody know that was still Nick Sirianni's offense.
But he wasn't. Well, the only difference is you literally saw Andy Reid calling these plays. You know what I mean? You saw. But Nick Sirianni, he gave up play calling duties. He even said it. He's not interested even in going back to calling plays because he gets to see the game even bigger, right? You know what I mean? He gets to watch a game and see the good and the bad. So which is what we were saying. This is
Yeah,
your first time being a head coach. Why are you going to try to call the plays when your whole staff are rookies, right? You need to man the ship. So but overall, man, Shane, good luck to him. I had no ill will, for Shane, but Jonathan Gannon is a whole nother story.
well, let's hear about Jonathan Gann because that's pretty much the same thing with me, man. Shane did his thing while he was here. I still feel like it doesn't matter, like especially if we bring up a guy like Brad Johnson. I really feel like Brian Johnson. I really feel like it's going to be the same offense. He's been there all year long. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of going to be like the parity's going to be there. Like yeah, he might be calling the plays. He might add a couple of little twists. But I still feel like overall it's still off the base of what the philosophy that Nick Sirianni likes to do on offense. You know what I'm saying? It's still
Yeah.
going to be like a Nick Sirianni offense that he's going to be calling. So I feel like our offensive side, if we go ahead and get Brian Johnson, elevate him, I don't see why we would not.
Mhm.
He's very close with Jalen Hurts. He knows him for a long time, and I think he'll be a good offensive coordinator. Just for the simple fact that I don't feel like we have to change very much. We can continue and build upon what we already have with a Brian Johnson in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I agree. And look, I feel like also whoever comes in as the OC, if we do not elevate, BJ up, like you know what I mean. So whoever become our OC have to know, hey, the Eagles were top three in scoring offense this year. So there's no need. Like there's no need to to redo the wheel or anything. Just continue. You know what I mean? Hey, you could throw some wrinkles in there, yeah, to throw some teams off, but there's no need to get away from the main ingredient, which is the RPO, right? You know what I mean? The running game. That is your main ingredient. So whoever it is, whoever comes in as OC has to know that we need to run the ball, and then you can do whatever else you want off of that.
Do you think that the Eagles haven't done it already because they might be looking outside for a different type of approach? To add a little different type of wrinkle to this offense. A different type of play caller to this offense. You know what I'm saying, and try to shake things up in that offense. Or do
Well,
you
if
think?
that's the case, then have Nick Sirianni call plays again.
Hmm?
Because his offense was different. Like, if that's the case, then Nick Sirianni needs to call plays again. So I mean, you don't need to go outside to grab the same guy that you already have on your staff, right? If you just go one to throw the ball 60% of the time, Nick Sirianni is right there and just say, "Hey, run my playbook." So we don't need, you know what I mean? So this team is built run first and feed off of that. But we could also beat you throwing the ball. And that's why a lot of people gain so much respect for Jalen Hurts because in that Super Bowl, he threw for over 300 yards, but not even that. The thing is, everybody was saying, everybody kept on saying, can Jalen Hurts bring you back? If you down, if you down, can Jalen Hurts bring you back, right? Guess what happened? We were down by 8, 9 minutes left. I tweeted out, if the Philadelphia Eagles are that team, they need to go now. What happened? Bam! 8. We went down there, we scored a touchdown, and Jalen Hurts' arm. It wasn't his leg, it was his arm. So a lot of people gained so much respect for Jalen Hurts that night that they know that Jalen Hurts could do it. So now the running game has to be the main ingredient. And look, you could throw some wrinkles in, right? Because teams are going to go back to to this past season. What do the Eagles have to do? Oh my God, let's load the boxes. So you're going to have to throw the ball a little bit more. Year 3 as a starter, you're going to have to throw the ball a little bit more until these teams start backing up, respecting his arm a little bit more.
Yeah, I think they need to respect it now because he's only going to get better. And the way he runs this offense is amazing. Like I feel like he is one of the smartest. I really still feel like he's the best quarterback in the league. And I know people argue with the whole Patty Mahomes thing, and I
Yeah.
can't predict it's Patty Mahomes. I'm not going to go out there and just be like, oh, yeah, you're wrong. But I'm just saying Jalen does it at a different level with a different skill set. Like you said, it wasn't just the first quarterback to throw for so many yards in the Super Bowl. It's the first quarterback to throw for that many yards with that many points and have 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl rushing. Okay, like
Yeah,
that matters. Those type of stats matter. How he controls the game offensively. Passing in, rushing is amazing. Like no other quarterback really is on that level. And I think that that's why he's the best. And that dude's and he's only getting better. We know some of
yeah.
these. Lamar Jackson been in the league for a while. We seen Patty Mahomes
He-
already on his second contract. You know what I'm saying? Like we have not seen the best of Jalen Hurts yet. And if he gets any better than what he did last year, come on
Bro,
now.
yo, I really, oh my God, you don't know how bad I wanted the Super Bowl for Jalen Hurts, man. Like more than the fans, hey, more than the NFL, whatever, for Jalen Hurts because man, this dude been through so much, man. The ups, the downs, benching, transferring, but he kept on fighting, man. He never gave up on himself, and for him to go out there and have the type of game, and that's why, yes, I was mad that we lost on the Super Bowl, but man, but Jalen Hurts made me so happy that night. It was like I can't really get too mad and pissed off, break the screens. I can't do that because my quarterback put on a show like a display for everybody to see exactly who he is. He earned so much respect that night, but I really wanted him to get that trophy his second year in the league because tomorrow is never promising, and that was so close. And that's how we're about to get into Stinking Jonathan Gannon.
Oh man, ooh, and that does bring up a point. They say out of the last 17, what was it? The last 17 quarterbacks to lose in their Super Bowl debut have never made it back to another Super Bowl. So that being said,
Get
is
rid of that.
Jalen
Eh.
Hurts going to be number 18, or you're not even worried about that statement?
He says, well, have never made it back. Never. So
Never.
their whole career, never. Hell
Yeah,
no. Nah,
debut,
nah.
their debut, never made it back.
Nah. I don't believe that. I mean, to me, nah. That's well. I don't believe that Jalen Hurts will be on that list. Huh?
The 17 of them, that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I hear you, but look, I just don't see it, man. Because the hardest thing about and that's I keep telling y'all, Eagle fans, man. I know y'all don't want to hear this, especially you, Bird Gang. I keep telling y'all this. If we break the bank for Jalen Hurts, he might never see another Super Bowl
Mm-mm.
because it costs money to
No,
put a good team around them. Like
no.
it costs money. So maybe that's why these quarterbacks that lost the Super Bowl, their team got depleted and they could never recover because they get paid right after the Super Bowl, and which kind of crippled their team. I'm sorry. Look, Jalen Hurts is going to get paid. I'm not saying he don't deserve his money, but I think if you ask Jalen Hurts right now, would you want us to break the bank or put a good team around you, and we still will pay you like a good amount, at least top five money, at least maybe top three money? We can still go and pay you, but now we set the market. I guarantee you, he will say, "Put a team around me." He's
Yeah,
not selfish like that. He's
I
not selfish
believe
like that.
I believe that too. I always said it. I don't think he might even take the whole you know Tom Brady approach. We don't have to be the highest paid. You just gotta get paid some good money. Jalen Hurts is about to make what $4 million next year. It's like, okay, you give this guy 15 million, 20 million. That's way more money than what he's making, and he's already doing good for himself. But I will say this: I'll give him the Patty Mahomes deal, 10-year deal. You can play with that money so much, and with a guy like Howie Roseman as our GM, we can play with that for years to
Oh,
come.
yeah.
Our quarterback forever, and it won't even kick into after next year. So this year we'd be set. I say this window, and like I feel like if we gave him something small, like a 4-year deal or a 3-year deal, that could hurt us in the long run. But I think if we gave him that nice long
Yeah,
deal, you can play with that money as much as you want to, and I'm pretty sure that Jalen would love some upfront money in the beginning of some of these years to the point.
absolutely. And I think, look, a lot of these deals are to guarantee money, right? I mean, you feel more respected when you show me guarantee money? How much do you love me? How much do you love me and want me? Show me some guaranteed money. Like, man, I don't really think it's like, man, he has to be the highest paid, but the guaranteed money to me is everything. Like for all these guys,
What you
even
paying them? Though? What you paying them? I think it's in between what Patty Mahomes to get 45 all the way up to like 48, $50 million. I think the highest quarterback to make
annually or a guarantee.
annually.
Like, look, I'm paying them. Look, honest truth, man, I'm paying Jalen Hurts between 40 and 45.
40 and 45 a year.
Yeah, yeah, 40 and 45. I
So
understand that.
Even though Patty signed that deal a couple years back, you wouldn't give him the same like deal to get him to like 46. I would feel like Patty signed that deal like 2 years ago. So I feel like you gotta go a little bit above that. So you go like 46, 47. But it's
All
guaranteed.
right. So let's just say a 46, 47. But the whole thing is, even Patrick Mahomes, two-time a Super Bowl champ, two-time league MVP, he's still not getting the highest paid right now. So he's still not the highest paid. I think he's either the second or the third highest paid. So you don't have to be the highest paid. I mean, who like unless you like a me first type of guy, like you don't want to be the highest paid because now guess what? You're the highest paid with so much pressure on your back. Like the weight of the world is on your back because you have no team around you. Patrick Mahomes, honest truth, man, I'm gonna give him all the credit in the world. I didn't see him with this crew, with this receiving crew. I did not see him getting to the Super Bowl and winning it. I didn't see that happening. Yo, Juju, TikTok, Watson.
Juju's good. I kept telling you guys Juju is
It's
good.
not. Man, Juju is not no number one. I tell you that right now.
Going to the Super Bowl.
Because Jonathan Gannon sucks.
Oh, here we go.
Jonathan Gannon stink. Juju is not no number one. The only thing he's never done in that is TikTok dances.
He said Devontae was a good receiver his rookie year when he had 900 yards, and Juju had 900 yards this year.
Wait, you said Devontae rookie. Juju been in the damn league for 7 years. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you're saying it's a good year, so you gotta give Juju credit for throwing.
I said he's not no number one. He's not no number one. Yeah, Mahomes had no number one wide receiver, but he had a beast of a tight end.
Receiver is Kelsey.
Yeah.
Even last year was his number one receiver. Even when they had him, and if anything, I feel like Mahomes got better this year than he was last year because he spread the ball.
Because he was supposed to use everybody.
Yeah, he was only going two people. It's either Travis or Hill. All last year it seemed like Travis Hill. Yeah, you have Pringle, Harmon that come make plays every now and then, but those are his main two focal points. Every time he had to go to one of those two players. Now, I will say these guys aren't elite, players that he work with, but they're all good players. They're all players that have been in Pro Bowls, except for the rookie. You know what I'm saying? Pachero, no one expected him to do that good. He did. He had a hell of a season, 900 yards rushing. He's a beast out there. But besides him, like the rest of these guys, like Scanling, he's been in the Pro Bowl before. You know what I'm saying? Juju's been in the Pro Bowl. He went to the Pro Bowl last year. He was with Green Bay.
I mean, but he's not no. All right, the Chiefs had no number ones. True or false? You think that Jalen Hurts could have done what Mahomes did with this group of receivers?
He did. He did great last year.
Who?
Well, he had a worse receiving core, I think.
We had Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert, but Devontae Smith, we all said was a number one type of guy.
He was a rookie though. He wasn't really number one. He wasn't. Devontae Smith last year was not Devontae Smith this year. You've seen the jump he made. You know what I'm saying? He's that much more dangerous this year than he was last year. In the beginning of last year, he was dropping balls still. I'm just saying, in terms of the talent, experience, all you needed these good guys. They weren't elite, but you still had your number one guy in Kelsey the whole time, who had a phenomenal.
Hey, look, Devontae Smith last year.
All they had to do was do their job, and they did it.
Devontae Smith last year or Juju this year?
What's that?
Who was better, Devontae Smith last year or Juju this year? You heard me. You heard exactly what I said. Exactly. a rookie, Devontae Smith rookie was better than Juju this
I
year.
don't even know if that's true. We're gonna have to watch that one. I love Juju.
Yeah,
I'm a
hey, yo,
USC fan.
you
Don't
losing the
close me, man.
argument. Let's move
Don't close me.
on.
I love you, all my USC cats out there.
And
No
let's
Western
move
Middle.
on.
You can
Let's move
burn.
on. Because you know Devontae Smith, his rookie year was better than Juju. His sophomore year is better than the whole wide receiver core for Kansas City put together. So we have two of them guys. You know what I mean? Patrick Mahomes had like basically second, third stringers, and he made it to the Super Bowl. So kudos to him. He has grown this year. This year was his biggest challenge, and he overcame it.
That's
NFL
why
MVP,
his
Super
team is
Bowl
starting so
MVP.
well. Because that's a smarter quarterback. Even Brady went years. The one year he had Randy Moss was the year he lost the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? The years he didn't have a Randy Moss, where he had these guys, you don't need elite everything around you. You just got to need to have good players to do their damn job. Welker was doing his damn job. Remember Troy Brown playing offensive defense. Remember all these cats out there that were just good. They're good, but they weren't no world beater receivers, and they're out there doing their damn job, and that's what won them.
Brady was carried by his
Hey, that's what
defense a
happened with
lot
Mighty
too.
Mouse this year. You got Scanling, you got a Sky Moore. You drafted. You got Kadarius Toney was a first round pick who, when he was healthy, he made
Yeah,
plays. You know what I'm saying? You still had your number one guy in Travis Kelce, who had a phenomenal year this year. First team All Pro. Best tight end in the game. So it's like you still had the best tight end in the game. I think the best tight end in the game, if you're receiving tight end like a Kelce, it's kind of better than your best receiver in the game, because he's controlling more than one thing. He's blocking, he's getting open. It's harder for people to defend him because he's big and fast and strong and can catch, as opposed to receiver. So it's like, I don't know. He's never lost that. And since you never lost that, you still have speed in Sky Moore. That's why they drafted Sky Moore. That's
yeah,
why he made some play. You still have Hartman, but he was hurt most of the season. But Hartman's got speed. You know what I'm saying? You got what Kadarius Toney good for? Speed gadget plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, they picked him up.
yeah. I mean,
Scanling's a big body receiver that you need to go up there and go over the middle and stuff like that. So they still had some people out there. I'm not saying that those guys are trash, though. I'm not saying that his weapons were trash.
no, but
They try to say like he had no weapons. I said he had weapons.
he did not have weapons. He did not. He
They
had
only lost
one
one
weapon
person.
in Kelsey.
They only lost one
Huh?
person. They only lost one person. Just like how all of a sudden now they say the Eagles got weapons when all we
do.
named was one person.
But
One
we
person
but
did
we
not
already
control
had
the whole narrative.
one. No, come on. All right. And this would never end. Look, we already had a guy that we all saw as a number one potential. We just needed another body to just take the pressure off of him. I didn't think we was gonna get AJ Brown, and now you got 1-1. I mean, but Mahomes, he had guys, but he had one guy in Kelsey, which had 12 touchdowns, by the way. Nicole Hardman was the next one with like 4 receiving touchdowns. That was their biggest threat. Nicole Hardman with 4 receiving touchdowns. Everybody was like 3s and 2s, and the running back McKinnon had 9 touchdowns. So as far as the weapons on the outside, he did not have none. That's why he relied on his running backs and his tight end. But he did a good job, man. So hey, this is the Eagles, man. So let's move on, man.
Hey, Shake says, could they actually go after a college DC? Do you think it's a big risk? They're going after the biggest defensive mind in college. How do you feel about that?
Look, hey, I actually read up on this guy. You know what I mean? And he's a Big Ten guy, huh?
He played football, and Leonard played football in the NFL. He was actually pretty good. He stayed around.
Yeah, yes, he did play football in the NFL. But look, I think if we could get him as the DC for the Philadelphia Eagles, that's a big win. Only because one, he's going to bring in some fresh ideas, but two, he's going to be aggressive. A Big Ten guy, Wisconsin, the past 4 or 5 years, his defense, and Wisconsin is a Big Ten school, and there, anytime you could be top 5 in defense and college football in FBS in Division 1, you're doing something right. So, you know what I mean? So he never had the superstars, but he had guys play together. He called the right blitz at the right time. Very aggressive defensive coordinator. So I would not mind going for him. And he's young, and he got tied to who? TJ Edwards, where I think that we should bring TJ Edwards back. In my opinion, he was our best run stopping linebacker. So definitely, I would go for it. I mean, I would hire him. There's no need to look anymore. We know what these other guys can do. Like the Wilkes and the Vince Joseph. Okay, I get it, but I want a fresh mind, especially on the defensive side, because if this works out, he could be there for years, maybe. You know what I mean? For years to come, who knows? But I definitely think, and he passed on the 40. Wait, was it the shoot, what job was it? Either the 49ers or the Rams job. They wanted him as a head coach. He passed on those jobs and stayed in college. So that means that he kind of knew what he's doing a little bit. So I need him to come to Philadelphia and improve this defense, especially now. We gotta get younger, man. We gotta get younger.
They said this is the main list here. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the cream of the crops here. That's my thing with this whole Gannon thing that everybody's all excited about. Like Gannon broke records last year. Gannon made us have the best defense we've ever had before, like ever. No matter what coach you want. You want to talk about Jimmy Johnson. You want to talk about Forrest. You want to talk about whoever.
Hey, PG, is my mic a bad or what?
I don't know. I hear you.
I don't know, because I think Simone said, "Hey, fix your mic." Hey, who is it? Is it mine's or what?
I don't know.
I don't
Whose
know.
mic is this? Whose mic
I don't
is
know.
Shout out to Simone in the building. But like I said, look at these names we're talking about for DC. Like a Cardinals, Vance Joseph, okay. The Cardinals defense wasn't as good as Gannon's defense last year. The
All right.
DB coach for the Seattle Seahawks, come on. These names aren't that impressive, is what I'm trying to get at. And from going to a guy
Hey,
that
hold
has
on. It's my mic.
Mr. Mike. Yeah, it says JC.
Are we good now?
Yeah. Nice.
What? I can't hear you. Hold on. Shit.
You can't hear me?
Why can I hear?
Uh-oh. That's a crunchy sound. Hey, shout out to you guys, man. Make sure you guys hit that like.
Oh, let's try this again. We good?
We are live. I hear you.
Fuck. Why can I hear this?
Try going out, come back in.
Give me 1 second here.
But we are live on
So why is it
JC
not?
Talk channel or JC Sports Talk channel, and we are live on.
Why can't I hear?
Make sure you guys hit that like on both channels.
Yeah, I can't hear you, BG. Like, I don't know why. But
back out, come back
But you
in.
can hear me though, right?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Back out and come back in.
Oh man, hold on, man. Like technology, boy. It's just one of them things. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go out and come right back in.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't hear you. But go ahead.
All right, guys. Yeah, like I was saying, support your Eagle content creators. We try to bring that fire every time we get up out here. But how's everybody doing, man? Everybody's up there. How are you guys feeling about this defensive situation? Do you think we need to go college? Do you think we need a veteran in there? I've seen a lot of Lovey Smiths in there. Lovey, he is kind of older. If we're going to go for someone that's old, for me, I would go ahead and go get,
All right. Good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, good to go.
All right, we're back in action.
All right, let's go.
But yeah, where were we at? Oh yeah, I was saying I don't see very many great candidates to be like, oh my God, this is gonna be a game changer. It's gonna make our defense this much better. Like all those old school, smash mouth defensive coordinators that seem to be leaving. Like there's not very many of them left in the league. If anything, what about maybe like a Gerard Mayo from the Patriots? At least he was a former linebacker. You seen what what boy name D'Amico Ryans did over there in San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a former linebacker, all pro linebacker. Gerald Mayo's an all pro linebacker who's coming up in the coaching range. He's been coached from a Bill Belichick type guy, you know, bringing them back. So how do you feel about that?
Hey, look. Hey, the chat is going crazy. Hey, Simone, look, man. Look, hey, you know how much this costs me every week I do my hair? $0. I cut my own hair, man. Yo, I stopped paying for freaking, $30 haircuts, man. So this is $3.99 right here. Not everybody can rock bald heads, by the way, but I can. So I got a bald head. I cut my hair every damn week. So it is what it is. All right. So I can put my hat on, but I'm not. It's all season. All right. This is all season look, but it is what it is. But look, PG, man, look, as far as the DC goes, man, I don't even care no more, man. Look, I just want somebody to come in here and be aggressive. You know what I mean? A little bit more than Jonathan Gannon. Matter of fact, why we skip over Jonathan Gannon, man? Why
we didn't skip over him yet? We're talking about him, kind of. We're talking about.
Huh?
That's what we're on the defensive side.
Right. Well, hey, look, Jonathan Gannon is the reason why we lost this game, period. And what pisses me off, this dude said after the damn Super Bowl, he went back and watched the Super Bowl immediately, right? Immediately after the Super Bowl, I went back and watched the Super Bowl. And there are some things that I saw. If we had to do it again, we would win. What? You had 19 goddamn games, man. You had not one, not two, but 19 games to figure this shit out. And then you going to watch the Super Bowl after we lost, after we lose this, and now you want to watch game tape and say, you know what, I fucked up there. I should have did this there. Excuse my French. I don't usually curse. But Jonathan Gannon is pissing me off, man. Pisses me off. Like, this dude is the reason why we lost the damn Super Bowl. And even Howie Roseman was like, look, you know what? You can stay here. Go interview with the Cardinals. We don't even want you. Everybody knew Big Play Slade looked like a bum that night. Big Play Slade looked like a scrub. He looked lost. Our whole defense looked like the second half we got played with. Like, we got spanked like little kids. Our mom and pop said, come here. I got a lesson to teach you. And that's exactly what Andy Reid did. And I knew it's coming. I knew it was coming. So the whole 10-point lead going into halftime, I never felt comfortable because I know Andy Reid. What did he do? Even I saw the first possession of the third quarter. Yo, guess what he did? He ran out. He ran out. He used his speed, and we were nowhere to be found. You know why? Because our sorry-ass corners was playing 7 to 10 yard back. They could not help with the run stop because Jonathan Gannon was so scared of getting beat deep by Juju TikTok and freaking Watson and Tony. Who the hell are these guys, man? I don't know. And that's the problem, man. We need somebody. I want to get beat playing aggressive than getting beat playing loose and playing back. And that's what happened. We always like, come on, stop this shit. Send one more guy. Blitz Patrick Mahomes. If only he read one thing about Patrick Mahomes, he's usually good with the blitz, but this season, he's been bad. When he's blitzing, he's been bad. If I know that, why didn't you figure that shit out? You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's what's pissing me off with Jonathan Gannon. It's stuff that we are watching. I know we're not on the field. I know we're not coaches. I know we don't get paid. I understand that. But, man, sometimes it doesn't take a rocket scientist, right, to see, hey, why are you playing so far back? Hey, Patrick Mahomes, everybody's slipping. Everybody's slipping. Why don't you send one more extra guy? Where is Maddox? Where's CJ? Where's Blankenship? Where are your guys? Take a linebacker off.
They're slipping off that shitty ass field, man.
Take a linebacker off the field.
You know how many times we could have had sacks if it wasn't for that shitty ass field?
I understand woulda, coulda.
How many sacks we could have had for real,
Both teams were slipping. I don't want to hear that. Both teams were slipping. Both teams were slipping. Patrick Mahomes slipped. Pacheco slipped. Everybody's slipping. But the thing is this. You got all 11 guys healthy on defense. Why is Kaiser White in there? Like, there was not running up the middle. Why not put an extra DB? You got Maddox healthy. You got freaking CJ. You got Blankenship. Those three guys should have been on the damn field for speed, for like just to play defense overall. So Jonathan Gannon does not know how to adjust on the fly, and he got his ass kicked, and Andy Reid took him to school. And then he said it. He said, if I watch this game over, I could have made some things, I could make some adjustments. What? The biggest game. The biggest game, you got a 10-point lead. And now, nah, man.
And I get it, the Chiefs played on safe field, but our D-line is like a different breed than theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like they had like
I can't use the stick. I cannot use
that. That's our main D-line. Like that's the game that we
BG.
go. We go full steam. Like they were more read and react.
Both teams was on the same field. It's called, okay.
But you took away our best part of our defensive line. It's that off the ball.
That's bad coaching. That's bad coaching because both defense was on the field. It's not like when we was on offense, all of a sudden the field was dry. You know what I mean? It was a different field. Kansas City was playing a more aggressive defense. Their DBs was getting beat, but guess what? They were playing man. I'm telling you right now, within 2-3 yards.
We played man, but we played like
I wasn't scared of A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith. That's why they was able to help with the run game when the run game was trying to bounce out to the outside. That's why they was able to help. Ours was so damn far back. By the time they I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Like the game where it's like our receivers still both got 100 yards, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they still did their things. Our running game was kind of shut down. And then on the other side, it's like they had some runs that I think were uncharacteristic for us to give up. Like that Patty Mahomes 15 yards down the field, that pissed me off so bad. Like how's some guy on one leg outrunning anybody on the field for one?
That's been all year. The middle. Assume because you know what? Our linebackers are not there.
Yeah.
That's been all year. A quarterback could run against us. That's why we have issues with running quarterbacks. As soon, if our front four don't cave in and get the quarterback, the middle is wide open. You could run for miles. And I've been seeing that the whole season. The whole season. It's like our linebackers are they are literally gone. And the middle is exposed. Go back and watch the Eagles tape, man. When the quarterback take off up the middle, Andy Dalton did that to us a few weeks before, right up the middle. There's nobody there. What the hell defense is that? What kind of defense is that? They don't have that many guys that's running so you could cover. If you rush in 4, you drop 7. There's no 6 guys running out. There's not. There's not even 5 guys running out. So why in the hell are you playing such a soft zone where you can't even stop the quarterback from running up the middle?
No, I get you, man. But I'm just saying, how do you feel about that too? How do you feel about that whole thing? Do you think – I know they showed a little clip on social media, and it probably was BS. I'm not even going to say it is or not. I have the game is over, so no matter what is what. But they were saying how Patrick Mahomes took something at halftime and came back out. Because how do you get hit like that at the end of the half and be screaming bloody murder? You just messed up your leg that was already messed up coming into a game, and then getting into the second quarter, you're running around like you're nothing wrong with you.
Well, first of all, look, I never believed that Patrick Mahomes' high ankle sprain was that severe. All right, there's about 3-4 kind of high ankle sprain, and his was probably in the middle, right? In the middle. Because he came back that same damn game. He came back. If you have a high ankle sprain, that's a 4 or 6 weeks injury. Like you are, like it's swollen. It's almost a borderline fracture, really. You know what I mean? It hurts that bad. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to put pressure on it. So his ankle sprain was a high ankle sprain, but it wasn't. It wasn't to the severity that we thought. It was like the worst of the worst. It was not. All right, because he was not going to come back and doing that same game against Jacksonville and then play the whole entire game against the Bengals. That's okay. That was a mild ankle sprain. I get it. It's still an injury, but I feel like that NBA, MLB, NFL players sometimes are actors. They know
It is sports entertainment, guys. Sports entertainment.
Huh?
I said it is sports entertainment. I think they do a lot of acting.
I'm telling you, man. Like I feel like sometimes, man, not every time, but your first initial reaction is like, "Wow," maybe like this, because and we all done that. Because once the pain just settled down a little bit, your first initial reaction is like, "Oh my fuck." And then it settles down. It's not as bad, but the camera caught him
walking off the field screaming Bloody Mary, on the sideline screaming Bloody Mary.
Yeah, but the camera was catching him.
You know, I'm just saying, like we seen some injuries.
He walked into the tunnel. He walked into the tunnel just fine.
We seen some injuries too. And I know Cole said they got medicine that it's okay, you know, like, but I'm saying like the pain medicines they supposed to give you ain't supposed to make it high. Like you said, if it wasn't as bad, if he was doing like the whole Jalen Hurts, I don't think Jalen's shoulder was as bad. So if he's doing that kind of thing, that kind of banter, like, oh, it's so bad and not really being bad, whatever. But I still feel like if you re-aggravate or something like that.
But Jalen never said that.
Like, I've had a high ankle and that hurts.
Said that.
Huh?
His coaches said that. But Jalen never came out and said, oh my God, my shoulder is falling off. And this and that. No, he never really came out and said that. Nick Sirianni was trying to elevate Jalen Hurts a little bit more to try to make him win the MVP. Was overblown the situation, just period. Because the same thing with Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson was like, who the hell said I had a torn, abdomen, whatever? You know what I mean? It's my groin. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's my groin. Who the hell is just saying these lies?
Either way, that's bad. That's not good.
Yeah, but he knows how to play through it. But I'm saying the misinformation that's coming out the Eagles locker room this past year has been crazy. So Patrick Mahomes on the sidelines, first of all, think about it. The storyline is set. The storyline is set already, right? Patrick Mahomes, he's coming in. He's not 100%. Bam. Oh, my God. He gets tackled. He probably feel it a little bit. And now and now the camera catches him. If he wins the Super Bowl, oh, my God, heroic. This dude at the damn parade, jumping up and down at the parade and all this stuff. Stop. He should have been under the knife that night or that next morning. He should have been under the knife getting that shit cleaned up if it was that bad. You know what I mean? I have not heard Patrick Mahomes is under the knife yet. Yet. And the Super Bowl happened over 9 days ago, and he's not under the knife yet. As bad as the high ankle sprain was, stop it.
Yeah, I get you. I get it. Like, I was like, wow, that is such a heroic guy. Like, he's out there making these runs, doing whatever he wants out on the field. Like, because when you seen it, you were like, oh, my God, the game's over. Patty's not coming back.
Who said that?
Like I'm saying, we were up by 10. And
who said that?
If he would have went out, if we were up by 10 and Patty Mahomes would have went out and not came back, that game was over.
No, you know why? Because it would
have been over.
Your Patrick Mahomes had under 200 yards throwing. It wasn't Patrick Mahomes that beat us. It was
those key plays, that key 15-yard run or 20-yard scamper. Yeah, that was the play that beat us.
But it wasn't 3rd and 15. It was like 3rd and 6. So it wasn't look, just because we gave up 100 yards and they needed one. That's on them. That's still first down. What I'm saying is this. I never thought the game was over. Up by 10, up by 14. Come on, man. How long you been an Eagles fan? You know the Philadelphia Eagles are never out of it when Andy Reid is coaching. You know Andy Reid. He's the most creative mind in football. So I never thought the game was over at all. Not one time I said, oh, my God, pull me the cigar. Give me a cigar. It's over. The Eagles got our second Super Bowl ring. I never. Until it
I was feeling that way at halftime.
Halftime adjustments. I kept on saying it. I never wanted to play the Chiefs. I wanted to play the Bengals because I was scared of Andy Reid. His
the
play
coaching, not the players.
No, I was scared of Andy Reid play calling abilities. I respect him that much that you saw what he did with Hannons, what Chad Hannons that came in against the Jacksonville with 98 yards, whatever, for a touchdown. Yeah. Cold? Come on, man. Like, that's play calling. That is seeing the field, putting your guys in the right spots in the right moment, and then you are out coaching the defensive coordinator. Like, if you are a defensive coordinator playing against the Chiefs and Andy Reid, you need to say, okay, if I do this, he's going to counter. Okay. Like, Andy Reid started running outside the whole 7 out of 10. It was a 10-play drive. A 10-play drive to start the third quarter. 7 of it was runs. And all of them was like outside. And then
that is our Achilles heel. We stop it in the middle, but we try to run outside. That was always that's been a problem all season.
3 pass.
Yeah.
So, and it was all outside because, and then guess what? It was written in the article that Andy Reid saw something. The player said that, hey, we could take advantage on the outside. I saw it. I'm like, oh my God, they are running outside. Somebody do something. They are running outside, but we were too slow. We were playing too far back that we could not help. We could not help with the run because we was playing so far back compared to the Chiefs. DBs, yes, they got beat, but who won the game? The Chiefs. You know why? Because they were more aggressive.
Facts. All facts. Way more aggressive than we were. Out of these quarterbacks, JC, which one do you think is going to win the Super Bowl first?
It's either going to be between, in my opinion.
And chat, let us know who you think is going to win the Super Bowl too is first out of these quarterbacks. I'm telling the chat to go ahead and let us know in the chat who they think is going to win the Super Bowl first out of these quarterbacks.
I think it's going to be between. All right, let me cut this list in half. Not in the bottom. They're not in the bottom.
None of the 4 in the bottom.
Huh?
You said none of the 4 in the bottom.
Nope. None of the 4 in the bottom. And then let me help the chat out a little bit more. Cut out the number 4. You cut out the number 4.
Cut out the number 4. Dak not winning no Super Bowl. I like it.
No.
Going.
So now it's between Hurts, Burrow, and Josh Allen. So to me, if I had to pick first or meet together at the same time, it's going to be 1-9 or 1-17. But I think 9 because he's a better quarterback than 17. So I'm going to pick 9 or 1. And depend on the division, the conferences, the AFC is, to me, a little bit harder. But Burrow, if he gets his offensive line good to go, I think it's going to be Burrow or Hurts. Burrow or Hurts. It's a toss-up between Burrow or Hurts to me.
I like it. I'm going to have to go with Hurts. I feel like we're running the thing back. Like people think we're about to make his history. It's about to be the first time back-to-back division champions.
But BG, wait, tell me why though. Hey, wait, tell me what. Look, don't just say Hurts. Just tell me why, because I know that you're a big Jalen Hurts fan. Just
because the team too. It's like the Hurts itself. Like we haven't seen the ceiling yet. We still don't know what the ceiling is.
Okay.
But he was a second team All-Pro and arguably MVP this year. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how if you really want to look at, you minus those 2 games, that cost some stats. But in reality, that shows you without him, our team wasn't as good either. So, like, this guy's that dude. And he's only in his second year starting. Like, he's going to get better. Like, you see how good Patty is? How many years Patty been in it? 6 years. 6 years in the league already. That's why he's so good. He's gotten better and better every single year. Now, Jalen Hurts, imagine his uptick. What I'm saying is Jalen Hurts is from last year, his ceiling level should have been higher than any of these cats that we talk about because they weren't there. Their first year started.
Yeah, but look, hey, see, you're talking about Jalen Hurts. I'm talking about the team.
Now I'm talking about team too.
The team, the defense,
like I told you earlier.
No, the defense.
Besides AJ Brown, all the rest of our offense has been drafted, and those guys are all getting better.
No, defense win championships, and that's what made the Chiefs win.
What supplements that is if your offense gets better too at the end of the day.
Yeah,
but they've been offensive one Super Bowls. They've been defensive one Super Bowls. They've been shootouts in Super Bowls. They've been like, what I'm saying? We won both.
Yeah.
We won our Super Bowl in a shootout against Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? We lost this Super Bowl in a shootout.
But what happened? Our defense came up one stop, the big stop. Defense. Once again, our defense had to win us that game. But also, look, I feel like, man, what am I about to say? Look, I've never seen a team with 7 out of 11. 7 defensive players are free agents. I've never seen that. You got.
But think about some of those players, JC. You're adding in.
But they were special on this team.
Linval, Joseph, and Sue.
No. I'm not even talking about benches. I'm talking about starters. CJ, Marcus Epps, Hargrave, Cox, Kaiser White, Edwards, Bradbury. They're all free agents. That's 7 out of 11.
I don't know. I'm not really worried about it for one reason, though. We got Howie Roseman for one. And for two, we've had most of those positions you talked about. You look at the 2 right there, Cox and Hargrave, right? Hopefully, we do get Hargrave back. He's had an awesome season.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, we need.
But if not, say we don't get either one of those guys back, I'm not worried. We were the deepest team at defensive tackle in the whole NFL last year. The deepest. The only team that can go 6 deep at DT. Marlon got better last year. He's going to be back next year, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get better from that. Milton Williams played awesome. He had just as many sacks as Cox, if not more, this year. He played awesome year.
No, he didn't.
He had 6.5.
Who?
Milton.
Cox had more.
Well, yeah, because he played in the playoffs and got some more at the end. But I'm saying during the regular season.
The playoffs.
He only got like 7, don't he?
No. Milton had 4 sacks.
I thought he had 6.5 sacks.
No, that was Cox.
So Cox was 6.5.
Yeah.
But anyway, Milton
had 60 sacks, right? Like 60 sacks from 6 players on the front, like double digits. Of course, And
what I'm saying is Milton Williams played good football this year.
Yeah. I mean,
he's getting better.
The thing is this: you cannot say because he played good in part-time duties that he'll be able to do it in full-time duties. Because it's
development. It's like what you draft him for if he's not going to develop over the years.
Yeah. I hear you, but at the same time, yes, we were deep, and the reason why that Brandon Graham had, his best season ever, because he didn't have to play every down. The reason why the Fletcher Cox had his second best season since 2018 when we won the Super Bowl was because he didn't have to play every down. But guess what? Sue ain't gonna be there. Joseph ain't gonna be there. Cox and Hargrave. Let's just say that. Okay, you said we were the deepest. We lose 4 our DT.
I'm saying we got veteran minimum. These guys already got paid. If they feel like the defense is doing good enough to get a good enough corner, I'm pretty sure we can get them on the veteran minimum back. That's what I'm saying. Most of our guys out of all those free agents, a lot of them are veterans are not going to command that much money. TJ Edwards not going to command that much money.
I can't count on that, though. I can't count on that.
Even Fletcher Cox not going to command that much money. BG already said he'll take a hometown discount to stay to finish his career as an Eagle. So you look at these guys, Fletcher Cox made his money. BG's made his money. If they want to stay, they can stay. It'd be their choice to stay because we would give them a veteran minimum contract to come back and play. Then I can see that happening. Even like a guy like Sue or even Linval Joseph, he loved playing with us. Unless they go get big money somewhere else where they can get more time somewhere else, I can see him leaving then. But if not, if that dries up and they're still on the market, I'm pretty sure We do this every year with our free agents. Either we bring them back when they don't go get the money they want.
You see, I don't want to assume anything.
But I'm saying, like they were saying, with restructures to some of these players' contracts, we can get upwards from $25 to $33 million heading into free agency. That's a lot of money for Howie.
Oh, we could get more than that. It could
We
be
can. I mean, they just said,
$1 million of cap space.
yeah, and that's a lot of money for Howie Roseman. He knows how to work these contracts.
That's a lifetime.
And I'm saying, like, even though it seems like the number's so big, a lot of these guys aren't. The main ones that are commanding the big numbers. You know what I'm saying? The main ones that you're gonna have to break some banks for, is CJ and Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the guys that you're gonna have to go all out for. These two guys right here.
Bradbury, man.
You got to go all out for these two boys. If you re-sign both of these two dogs,
man, I think we need to resign Bradbury because I think Bradbury is younger than Slade because, like Slade to me, he's probably gonna be gone next season after this one, but Bradbury to me has at least 2-3 years left in him. But you don't want to start over with two fresh DBs. Like to me, because Slade, even if he makes it through this year, I believe next offseason he's gone. So now you got two young, DBs. I really want Bradbury, CJ, Hargrave. Hargrave, because I already know that Hurts is going to get paid, but those
and Jordan Davis too. Jordan Davis is going to be better next year.
Absolutely. He's going to take Fletcher Cox's spot. Yes.
Yeah. So Jordan Davis.
Yes.
Williams. That's a good 1-2 combo. Marlon, who played good until he got hurt this year.
No. I want Hargrave and Davis.
Okay. I like it.
Like Hargrave and Davis in the middle with Hassan Reddick and Sweat. You got something because Davis, that's a big boy. So now you got Mill Williams to spare him a little bit. You got, a Marlon to spare Hargrave. You still got that little rotation going, right? But that's who I want. Hargrave and Davis. If Cox gone, that's cool. But Hargrave, you have to try to keep Hargrave as much as you can, man.
I just feel like Hargrave is one of the players that's going to command a lot of money. Let's look at, shout out to Philly the podcast. He did this top 10, his top 10 here, but he brought out some numbers so we can kind of get an estimate on like how much these players are going to get. We got Kaiser White looking at 8.5. Fletcher cost $14 million. Not playing Fletch $14 million at all. 0% chance. BG $5 million. I can see that happening. Bradbury 15.1. I don't even think we're going to do that. Boston Scott 1.1 million. Welcome back, Boston. You got Isaac Seumalo $12 million because it's his time to get paid. I think Isaac's going to be walking. And Miles Sanders, if that's all he wanted was $7.2 million, I'll give Miles up to $10 million just for the season.
No, but that's the market value.
That's market value. And then TJ Edwards, not giving TJ Edwards nowhere near $12 million, nowhere even close to that range. I might not even pay Hargrave. I might keep Cox and let Hargrave walk. Because $20 million a year, $20 million a year for a DT. Come on now, come on.
But remember what I told you: the guarantee.
Gardner, I'll give him $13.3 million. I'll give Chauncey that much.
Yeah, but the guarantee money is everything, though, man. Some of these guys want security because guess what? The $20 million is not guaranteed, but the guarantee money up front saying, "Hey, I know you wanted $20 million a year. I know your market value is $20 million a year, but how about you take, 14 and I give you this much guarantee money up front?" I'm telling you, man, money walk, right?
Like it depends which player you're talking about too. Because some of these players, there are some of these players that had those higher numbers that I think that would do something like that. But some of these players, I think they're going for the bag. Bradbury, I think he's going for the bag.
Wait. Did you hear his interview though? He said that, I want to be on a good team, but I want to get paid. Like I feel respected. You know what I mean? So he's not going just strictly for the bag. So his annual, what was the market value for Bradbury right now?
Bradbury was, let's see here. Is he on that one? No, he's on the other one. 15.1 million a
15.
year.
All right, so look, give him 12 mil a year, but the guarantee money, man. I'm telling you, these guys are guaranteed
You
money.
giving them 12 million a year too?
Who?
If say we got 33 million cap space, you giving them Bradbury 12 million a year.
But that's not how that works,
I
though.
know how it was. He probably taking a
Yeah,
3 to 5 million cap hit.
yeah, I'm giving a 12 million a year, but hey, you could always,
Signing bonus.
other cap space. But the whole thing is the guarantee money. So if you're gonna sign, and let's just say James, hey, Bradbury, I'm gonna sign to a 3-year deal, right? 3-year deal, $36 million, right? But hey, 18 guarantee, half guarantee 18 mil right now, 36 million. So now you are getting what? Let me see, 3 years, a 36 million is what?
3 year 36 is not
What, 10?
Yeah.
So about 11, 12?
Wait, that's $108 million contract.
Huh?
You said 36 times
So
3?
it's about 11, 12 million dollars a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
have 18 million guarantee.
I only want Bradbury as long as Slade is here. To me, like Slade got what 2 years left on this contract.
Who Slay? Yeah, I think, but after this year though, he might be going next year. Like I promise
He
you,
got 2 years left. I'm keeping Bradbury for those 2 years, and that's it.
3,
Yeah.
man, because you gotta have
With 15.1 million option,
vet.
Bradbury's gonna have to walk.
Yeah,
I guess his option is 15.1 million if he stays.
but
That's right.
wait. That's not an option because we don't have him. Like we don't have, like, he's a free agent. So I mean, he don't have an option. Like we literally, this is it. He's a free agent. So we had nothing to do with Bradbury.
But it is a really good cornerback class. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good cornerback corner class. There's 5 studs. And 3 that are like plug and play guys right now.
Who Porter Jr. is the one, from Penn State. That's my guy. So
Gonzalez
I've been watching him.
is a plug and play guy.
He's a top 5 corner, man. I wouldn't say the number 1 corner, but he's definitely a top 5 corner in the draft.
They got some nice corners out there. And if you look at the history right now over the last 3 years in the league, all your first round cornerbacks have been studs. You know, they've been studs in the NFL. From Asante Samuels to that dude from Alabama, I forgot his name, Surtain, to even this last year with Sauce Garner. Like these guys have been studs lately.
But these guys were like top 5, top 10 players. Like,
yeah. You know, so I feel
like draft a corner in top 10.
But see, that's the thing is like that's what I've been trying to tell people. Like we gotta get off of what we normally do top 10 as opposed to what we could do top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like our last 3 drafts have not been normal Eagle drafts. You know what I'm saying? Like the last 2 in a row, first round receivers, whether you call AJ a draft pick or not, it was a first round pick for a receiver.
But wasn't top 10.
And Devontae Smith, too. You know, we had what was it, the 6?
Now he was 10.
Yeah, but we had
6.
Yeah.
We went out to 12.
Yeah.
And it came back up to 10.
Yeah. So it's like these players we're drafting nowadays are different from what we normally do. So how do you feel like the Eagles should do this? You know, I feel like in these 2 positions at 10 and at 30, we need a cornerback and a running back.
Look, all right. Well, my honest opinion, right? If I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm trading the number 10 pick to at least wait, just to try to stay inside the top 15, maybe 13 or 12. Try to get some picks Try to get some picks, some more picks, maybe another first next year or a second, something. But there's no different from 10 to 12 or 13, really. You know what I mean?
You don't think
Especially,
so?
those teams don't need the position that you're trying to go after. So why not? So why not do it? Like, all right. So the Eagles are
the guy is in the top 10 for cornerback this year.
But the Eagles are at 10, right? So does the Titans wait, I'll put that list up again. Like, so, all right, so if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm like Tennessee. Do you need a DB? Texans, do you need a DB? Jets, do you need a DB? Patriots, do you need a DB? If none of those need a DB, so why not capitalize? And that's how Howie Roseman works. Why you think he traded with Dallas Cowboys? Because they needed they did not need a receiver, but Dallas needed X, Y, and Z, and then boom, they traded up. So if I'm the
what do you think about BJ Robinson at 10?
What happened?
What do you think about Rob? Because I feel like either way you do this, you're gonna get either an elite cornerback and a good running back at 30, or you can get an elite running back and a good cornerback at 30.
What with the 30th pick?
Which way are you going?
It depends. With the 30th pick, it depends if I could trade with the team inside the top 10, like in the second round. If I could trade with the team inside of the top 10 in the second round, I'm making that trade because we have more draft picks. You know what I mean? So maybe a second round next year, a third round this year. So something like that. But the 30th pick to me is the second round. So why not try to flip it and get some more? I'm thinking like Howie Roseman right now. I'm not thinking like the regular fan. I'm thinking like Howie Roseman. If I'm Howie Roseman, my 10th pick, I'm flipping it between 15 and 10, 15 and 10 in between there. Try to get some more picks. You know what I mean? And still getting my guy. And then the 30th pick, just flipping it to the early second round, the top 10 second round. You know what I mean? And then now you guess what? You got 2 second round pick coming up, right? So you got 2 second round pick coming up instead of 2 first round picks, and now you got 2 second round pick, and you built some more extra picks, for next year and the following year. So
I feel like everybody's worried so much about all these free agents. That's how you solve that problem. Like, I think they said we had 5 picks in the top 100.
4.
4 picks in the top 100. That's 4 guys that should come out and do something in the top 100 picks. And
but we know that the Eagles are not. See, the fans
over the last couple of years we have been. That's different.
We traded a first round pick for AJ Brown. So they were looking to get rid of that other first round pick. It just happened to be that AJ Brown was a perfect, guy for that first, on the first round pick. But Howie Roseman remember, we had 3 first round picks last year, right? Then we had 3.
Yeah,
we had 3 first round picks. We traded 1 away, like during the season or in the offseason.
First round pick, right?
No, we had 3 first round picks last year. We traded 1 away, completely away. We traded 1 away, but we kept 2. But everybody was saying there's no way the Eagles are going to have 3 first. They're not going to draft 3 first round players. Guess what? Because you have to pay them.
We had 2, 12 and 14 or something back to back, and then we had the late round one.
Yeah. So AJ Brown, I'll make that trade any day. But the Jordan Davis was a perfect spot. You know what I mean? So I really think Howie could talk and say, "Hey, I learned. But if a good deal comes, he still could get the guy that he wants. He'll move from 10 to 15. Like in between that, you know what I mean?
I feel like I will move the 30th pick first and try to combo up to bring that up higher, to get the elite players. The elite players are really the top 15.
No. So why move the 30th first?
That's supposed to be. So don't we have 2 second round picks this year? Use like the second and the 30th pick to move up in a draft. Draft at 10. I feel like we should draft at 10 regardless, no matter what.
Who you drafting?
BJ Robinson or one of
A
these.
running back?
Yes.
What? Oh my God.
It's about weapons, my guy. The last like 5 running backs that came out of college in the first round have all been studs. From last year, Walker's stud. To
I'm not
Najee
drafting
Harris
no
stud.
back in
I mean,
top
like
10.
straight bona fide studs. And whether you keep Sanders or not, the league is about how many good players you got.
I'm not drafting
The rest of our offense,
in the
the
top
rest
10.
of our offense is set
We need to
already.
focus on defense.
And if you get a stud like that, BJ, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay. You can give Miles a friendly deal, and you don't even have to bring back.
Well, Miles is walking. If we draft, okay, look, if we draft a running back in top 10, Miles is gone because a free agency is before the draft. So Miles is already gone. All right. So
No, I think he goes. I think we keep him. It would be like. You know, most of the good rushing teams,
right.
even if you go to the
we need
coast,
to focus on defense.
good running backs. You
Bump
go to
offense.
Cleveland, you got 2 good running backs there, and that could be what we need to get over the hump. Is another dynamic running back. So
Over the hump? Where on where? What? Who?
if you look at upgrading your offense at all, like only thing we need is running back. We got linemen, we got receivers, we got.
We gotta stop people from scoring on us.
I know, but I'm
If
saying,
you know, then why are we talking
if
about
you
offense?
score more points because your running game's that much more efficient, you can use the rest, the other three out of 100, and use those guys and make those guys defensive players.
Bro, nah, man. We need defense, man. We need players on defense. Bump offense, yo. I mean, you could, go into free agency and grab the second level running back because our offensive line is good.
Those guys in free agency would not be as good as this guy coming out. Like, for real, like, it's only one back a year, it seemed like, for the last 5 years has been a game-changing back.
Is he Barry Sanders? Is he Bo Jackson? Is he
legit.
James Brown type back?
Jim Brown, he's better than Walker was last year. You see how good Walker was.
I don't give a damn about Walker.
What? I wanted to have Walker.
Because we have a good offensive line. A lot of y'all were saying, a lot of people were saying, oh, Miles Sanders could walk. Kenneth Gainwell could do exact same thing with a good offensive line, blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to hear how we need to draft a running back in top 10 at all. If anything, if we're going to draft anybody in top 10, it needs to be a defensive lineman, a linebacker.
We got those.
Corner.
We got those.
Safety.
Hey,
Anybody on defense.
If McPherson gets better, no one's talking about Josh Jobe, who was sat the whole year. If he comes out better, I feel like the Eagles had a chance to really redshirt some players this year. You know, the whole Nakobe Dean redshirt, the Josh Jobe redshirt. Those were bona fide studs in college that got redshirt on our team because they were behind in depth. Now, you can't just keep them on a bench and let them sit there. You got to give them play time. You got to see what they can do. You got to see what their potential is. So that's why I feel like most of these positions that we have free agents, it's like, come on now. We got players in the wings ready to fill those spots. And one position we don't is that running back position. I understand the concern for defense. And trust me, I want to get to that defense too. But at the end of the day, the only real concern you have on offense is the running back position.
No, we don't.
What other concern do you have on offense? What other concern do you have on offense? What other concern do you have on offense?
No. I'm not. I have zero concern on offense.
Even if Miles Sanders walks, you don't have no concern on offense.
No, I do not. I would love for Miles Sanders to stay, but I'm not concerned.
You saying we can do the same running game with a goddamn Boston Scott?
No, but guess what? See, the problem is we could go into free agency, whatever.
What free agent running backs could have cost less than Miles Sanders that can produce at that level?
Miles Sanders, he can come back. So, like, he probably gonna be the cheapest one on the market. But look, I hear you. But listen, we do not need a running back in the top 10 to score 50 points a game, but you give up 51 points a game. You don't want to be in that position.
I understand.
We scored 35 points in the Super Bowl, and we lost 38-35.
From bullshit. Come on.
But that's not that's the problem. We need to fix the bullshit before we start worrying about some shit that we ain't got to worry about.
Yeah, you can fix one of those bullshits was if you call a face mask on them when Hurts fumbled, which was a face mask.
That wasn't a face mask.
That was a face mask.
No. The video did not show his head going like this at all. Nothing like that. But the still shot shows like him like this, but the video, nothing. But anyway, look, I'm saying defense is priority, man.
Okay, but we got a lot of young defensive players. Like linebacker.
We really don't.
Who you keeping? Kaiser White or TJ Edwards?
The problem is it doesn't matter who I keep, they're both free agents.
Who you keeping out of the shoe though? If you had the choice.
I'm keeping TJ Edwards because I feel like that he's our best run stuffing linebacker. Because Kaiser White, I was kind of disappointed this year. He reminded me of that dude that we got from Minnesota.
I think Kaiser had a good year.
No,
at the end of the year, he slowed down, but in the playoff, he came back. In the playoff, he came back.
Yeah, 2 games. What happened to the first 17? But you know what I mean? No. I'm keeping TJ Edwards and then trying to, because like a lot of people say that Dean and Edwards play the same position. Figure it out.
But that's dumb. Because I think you got to go with what you need to go with. It's like, hello, if you got an outside linebacker and a real, field general, TJ Edwards is a field general. And I understand everybody's like, he made the most tackles, but so did Singleton. And we've always had a linebacker in the middle, whether they were good or not, that led or really high in the league in tackling. That doesn't give me we need to keep him type feeling. We know Singleton's ceiling. We don't know, what's the boy's name? We do not know Dean's ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Let the bull play. They play the same exact position. You don't want that guy. I don't want Dean not being our Mike. That's the kind of player he is. When you're a Mike linebacker, you're a Mike linebacker. You go out there, you play that. When you try to throw him to the outside, he might not play as good. You keep him at that Mike linebacker spot, and you let him do his thing. That's what I say. And TJ, and then keep Kaiser.
Doesn't matter.
And then keep Kaiser, because Kaiser is an outside linebacker.
Let's keep Kaiser. I mean, to me, the linebackers, because we do have Dean. So to me, look, it is what it is.
Even the linemen, they were saying Johnson's waiting in the wings. We got we got 4 defensive linemen that's waiting in the wings to do some things this year. So it's like that's not as hard pressed for me. Now in the safety position, we have to sign CJG, and I liked how they said they will re-sign him. You know what I'm saying? I like how they said that they will re-sign him or their franchise tag.
Wait. Who said that?
Twitter.
Who? Oh my God! I mean, did Howie Roseman or Jeff? Who said that? Rumors?
The Eagles said it, man.
No, the Eagles did not say, and we were franchise tag. No.
Guys,
Twitter, I know what you saw because I saw the same thing. I'm like, okay, well, you're not the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? So because right now, as it stands, both of our safeties are, free agents, but Blankenship is there. So even if Epps walk, you keep CJ. To me, hey, you let Epps walk and keep Blankenship, and you resign CJ.
Yeah, you resign CJ no matter what.
Because Maddox is already there, Slay is there, and then you figure out the CB2. It's like every year, man, we like CB2. Why can't you keep a damn CB2 for
So you've seen the other rumor, right? Yeah. Marcus Peters. If we let Bradbury go, would you feel comfortable bringing in a guy on a prove-it deal like Marcus Peters? Because if you notice, that's exactly what we've been doing. We've been getting veterans on prove-it deals to come in and prove it. And I wasn't a big who was it Nelson Island guy, but he didn't have a bad year. You know what I'm saying? What is that year he came? He had a decent year. He wasn't the greatest, but he
was
wasn't that
getting
bad.
picked on every game.
But he wasn't that bad. Bad as he
Man,
wasn't as bad. We thought he was gonna be.
Man, he was bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Man, he
Nelson
was
made some
bad
plays
enough.
too.
He was
Nelson
bad
made some
enough that hey, we all wanted him gone by the end of the season. We're like, nah, get him out of here.
Let's bring back. Hey, Bradbury, he was bad the year before. We got him in on the prove it deal.
No.
He was in a different team All-Pro.
He was in a different system. The Giants were pathetic. The Giants were trash. He came to the Eagles where they had, some good players, and you saw greatness come out of Bradbury. So no, but Henson or Jensen, whatever his name, Nelson, he was on the Eagles and he was getting picked on. I was at 3 games that year, and every game he was getting picked on. Period. Y'all was like, God damn it, Nelson. Like, it's always him. They're going after him because he's short. Like he was not 6 feet. He was under 6 feet, getting picked on every time. He was more of a nickel corner than an outside corner. But we were so desperate, we just said, you know what, Steven Nelson, come on down. And we all was like, hey, Super Bowl, we got our CB2. Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't want Peters, I see a lot of people saying Peters a bum. I don't want Peters. Don't need a.
I wouldn't say a bum, but
Nelson was okay. No regret. Peters too many penalties.
Exactly. That right there will cost you some games, man. Yeah.
Oh, what about this though? Greedy, because a scoop said Greedy Williams.
He played for the Ravens?
Browns.
The Browns. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, look, we just need a corner that could last at least 3-4 seconds on an island by himself. You know what I mean? Hey, whoever that is, but we need a physical corner. So I don't know all these corners that's out there on the market, but I definitely don't want to have penalties. Penalties is the reason. Like, penalties is the reason why we lost this damn Super Bowl. Because of stupid penalties, man. Like, you know what I mean?
I think we just need to just let him walk and get a first round top 10 cornerback. For real. Like, go grab him. Remember? Surtain, we were right there to get Surtain. He ended up being a stud.
No, we wasn't.
Yeah, we were before we traded back.
What we traded back before the
Surtain
draft.
was what, 8th or 10th pick
We
of that.
traded back before the draft.
I'm saying though, we were in position to get Surtain.
But we could have got Chase.
I'm talking. Surtain was in the Devontae Smith.
But we could have got
Jamar.
Chase.
Devontae Smith.
I know. Same thing as Jamar Chase.
Was he in the Devontae Smith draft?
Yes, he was. Yes. Jamar Chase was in the same draft. Every Eagle fan wanted Jamar Chase. Period. At 6. And then when we dropped down, we was hoping that Devontae Smith, somehow, some way fall to us, and he did. You know what I mean?
Well, because I told everybody that Mr. Waddle was going to get drafted before. He said Chase was.
Shame him.
Simone is crazy. We had 6, so we couldn't get Chase.
Yeah, so but we traded back before the draft, so we was already 12. So our mindset was already made.
What pick was Surtain? I want to say I know he was top 10.
Yeah, Surtain was like either 5 or 6. Like, I mean, he was up there. Because Surtain
Waddle was 6. He was after
and that dude, Surtain and the other DB
from South Carolina.
Oh yeah, they were a back-to-back.
Yeah, he was a 10th pick.
No, we had number 10. Stop it! Stop reading his damn comment.
J.C. Horn.
Yeah. We had number 10. We picked Devontae Smith at 10. Because the Giants had 11, the Cowboys went to 12. Like we switched with Cowboys. So we had the 10th pick.
That means he was 9th then. I feel like they drafted Surtain before we drafted Devontae.
Surtain was gone within the first 7 picks. He was gone. Surtain and Horn. Horn went before Surtain.
I want to say that was pick 8 and 9. And then we were 10.
No. Horn went before Surtain. Horn went like number 3. Like Horn went top 5. JC Horn went gone. Like he was out. And their Surtain went at least top 7. But it definitely wasn't number 9.
I don't remember exactly how it went.
But anyways,
but like I'm saying, like elite cornerback, go out there and get your elite young cornerback, because regardless, we can't keep playing this free agent cornerback thing. We gotta bring some top talent. I know everybody says the Eagles do not produce or do not, get cornerbacks to develop in this system. But for one, we got a new coaching staff that's doing a great job, and for two, all those other cornerbacks were like 3rd, 4th round cornerbacks. You got to go all the way back to Sidney Jones before you're talking about a 2nd round cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the last time the Eagles picked the number 1 cornerback? Just like we did with the whole Devontae Smith. When the last time the Eagles picked the number 1, receiver in the 1st round besides Rager? And not that high, because I think Rager was what 14 pick of the draft or something like that. So like a top 10 pick on the receiver, and we did it. So I'm saying like that to be said that it can change this year. Maybe we go and get that freaking top end corner. I think you need to start building. You're young in a lot of other positions.
You do. The Philadelphia Eagles meant that there's one thing that us Eagle fans know every year, that Howie Roseman is at least at minimum going to try to make the playoffs every year. So even if he has to put a Band-Aid on a open wound, he'll put it on the open wound just to get us to the playoffs. So yes, we do need a CB2. Again, here we go. It seems like every year it's another CB2 who we got. McPherson's been there. This is going to be his 3rd year. But we have no faith in him as a CB2. We have no faith in McPherson as a CB2 at all.
He's only a good special teamer right now.
So what you want me to do about that? So we have no faith in him. So far,
but that's what are we drafting at though? That's what I'm saying. Like, he was drafted really 3rd round, 4th round. Yeah, I'm talking about like all those players. Like you can find some gems, gems in the rough, or you just go get a bull that that's going to come in and start and ball out. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we just need to stop the BS. Like, all the other positions on our roster besides cornerback and possibly running back, depending on what we do in Mouse, those are only 2 positions that we need to go get a stud ASAP. I feel like if I had to prioritize, because there's some good DNs, there's some good defensive tackles, there's some good receivers that are in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round. There's some good players from any other position to other positions that you want to be like, oh, we need these guys. You can find the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round of this draft. In terms of this draft, that there's only like 2, 3 tops really good backs that are like, okay, you can consider them game changer backs. Gibbs from Alabama and Robinson. Now, cornerbacks, there's like 3 to 5, depending on how you scale them, but really 3 legit, cornerbacks. And then the rest are good, but it's like, do you want to risk on one of these goods? Go get, if there's only, 3 of each of those 2 positions, go ahead and get them in the 1st round and end that. And then go pick up the rest of your team throughout the draft, man. And I think, and then how he's going to do at least 1 or 2 trades. How he's going to freaking, pick up a couple of free agents. There's going to be some guys out there, the veteran minimums that's going to want to go out there and play their best year with the Eagles to try to win a Super Bowl. So I feel like that's their formula for this offseason.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I still think that we need to keep Bradbury, man. And look, we need continuity, man. Regardless if you change the DC or not, you need continuity in 7 players on the Philadelphia Eagle defense, man. And that's what we are overlooking at, man. Like
The 7, like most of the DT, you gotta eliminate the DTs and
no,
the
you can't
DN.
because they were starters.
Guys behind them that can start, that are in position waiting to start for DN and for DT.
I didn't say
you're talking about that. You're talking about we didn't even see Barnett play this whole year. If he comes back next year, he's a good run stop in DN.
We've seen Barnett play for 4 or 5 years,
and he helped us win a Super Bowl. And he helped us win a Super Bowl. Thank you.
He recovered a fumble. Okay. He recovered a fumble.
He did his job on the play, right?
Oh man, look. I mean, look, man, it is what it is. But look, I think we went from Shane Steichen to JG, how crap he was, to free agency. But the biggest important thing is, do you think this team with the schedule the way it is, we do play the NFC West, I believe, which is the Cardinals, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Seahawks. And then we played the AFC East with, the Bills and, Dolphins, of course, the Jets, the Patriots. But we play a lot of first place teams like the Chiefs, also the Vikings, the Bills, the 49ers. So do you think even the Buccaneers was a first place team? So do you think the real question is this? Do you think that this team, can win? What is the limit? Or you went to see what we do in free agency before you can say
now, how about that? Right now, pre-free agency, pre-draft, how many, looking at the schedule, how many games do you think with the team that we have right now, how many wins do you see?
The Giants is 2 automatic. The Commanders, we might split with them. So I'm gonna give that a split. That's 3. Seahawks 4. The Bucks 5. Like the Vikings 6. The Rams, the Jets 7. We have never lost to the Jets. All right, first of all, we have never lost to the Jets. That's 7. The Rams, if we get the Rams from this past year, 8. The Cardinals 9. I don't believe in JG. We're going to split with the Cowboys 10. I do see us having about 11, 12 wins.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 11, 13. Not even like making no more moves, not knowing who our defensive coordinator is, just off the talent that we still have on this roster and our quarterback being Jalen Hurts. I'll still say, like you said, 11 to 13 wins easily.
But a lot of these games was because of our defense, man, with the sack machine. But we still have Hassan Reddick, regardless who's our DTs are. I feel like that he would the main double team or whatever. And then guess what? Jordan Davis, I don't think he could be played one-on-one. Milton Williams, even Milton Williams could be a DN. So I feel comfortable saying 11 for sure. 11 for sure is my bottom. 11.
Nice.
Bottom.
And then after Howie do what Howie, we know Howie gonna go out there and make some moves regardless. Like, I don't care what you might say.
Yeah, 11 for sure, especially if we won 9 last year. You know what I mean? Just not, and we could have won more, but 9. So I said 11 is my rock bottom.
I like it. I would go there. That's a good number. 11 wins. You know what I'm saying? He said we are sweeping the Cowboys. Hopefully we do. I want to sweep the Cowboys. I wanted to do it last year.
Yeah. Boys. It's hard to sue the Cowboys Only because the Dallas Cowboys, man, they are underachieved because of them. That's it. If anybody else had that roster, a top 5 offense, a number 1 defense and takeaway, they are at least in a divisional round or NFC championship round or maybe in a Super Bowl because they are the Dallas Cowboys. You say, hey, Cowboys going to do Cowboys things, right? Regardless how they look. You know what I mean? Regardless how they look. But the Dallas Cowboys will always have, talent. Even though, Diggs, this is his, year to get resigned, CeeDee Lamb. Because both of those guys were, I believe, 2nd round pick. So there is no 5th-year option. So they're about to go into their last season as free agents. So, I mean, they had to resign them. So who knows what might happen, how much money they're going to give Diggs and Lamb, and, how much they do have a lot of free agents that they also got to keep. LVE is one of them. Curse. I mean, they kind of got plenty of guys to 1-year deals, just like we did. So the Cowboys just got some building to do, and of course the Commanders. We don't know what EB going to do. Eric Bieniemy going to do, right?
I mean, how do you feel about that? Because I think that could help them. They still got Howell, right? Didn't they have Howell? Who their quarterback is? Howell, right?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of Howell.
Or even like
he could have been won the job after Carson Wentz got hurt. You know what I mean? They didn't even want Howell in the game. They did not know how to get dressed. You know what I mean? So I'm not afraid of Sam Howell or Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor. So I feel like both of those games could be sweep right there. 4 games. We could actually sweep the Commanders and the Giants.
You don't think that Bieniemy is going to make them better?
No, because he doesn't have the players. He doesn't have the players.
Dobson, Scary Terry, the running back from Alabama last year. You still got Logan Thomas, his tight end.
But guess what? You need to protect your quarterback.
They got a line.
Their offense line is trash.
That's what you draft for.
Well, okay, cool. But guess
If
what?
they get a line, are you more scared?
Bad. On their defense, Deron Payne, he's a free agent. They might place a franchise tag on him. He might not even play on the tag. So, I mean, look, every team in this division have issues and question marks going into, the following season. It's how they do it. In the draft and free agency, that's going to be like, okay, boom. Eagles did this, they're number 1. Dallas did this, they're number 2. You know what I mean? And so forth. So right now, with all the issues they have, you can't really tell who's going to be first.
They're what? 2 games out of the playoffs this year?
Who?
We could have all of our teams in the playoffs?
I mean, yeah, but the Commanders should have been 3, 4, 5 games out of the playoffs. I've seen some games where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a luck. But you know what I mean? But it is what it is. But they don't have a quarterback, and that's the biggest question. If you don't have a quarterback, your team will not go nowhere. So Sam Howell, I don't believe in Sam Howell. So their offense to me, besides Howell and their offensive line, they're great. Their tight end is okay. Their wide receiver core, their
running back.
The running back is good. You know what I mean? Solid. But the quarterback and offensive line. Can you fix that in this offseason? Yes, you can.
They have a better offensive system, scheme.
But do we know that? Do we know
like Bieniemy is that guy? But like I get what you're saying, because a lot of people might say, like, maybe that's the reason why he hasn't got a head coaching spot. It's because he's not really that guy.
I'll be one back. I'll be back real quick.
Yeah, it's because he's not that guy. But at the same time, what happens if he really is that guy? Like what happens if he can coach? He can't do that big thing. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens to this NFC East. I do believe we will repeat as champions this year. So you can put that one in the red basket. So the Eagles will be the first time since I don't know how long, forever, back to back NFC East champions. And I do believe that that I think we might get it this year. We might get the first time all of our teams go to the playoffs. 'Cause I don't see very many of them other teams in the NFC, you know, being, I mean, besides the NFC East being that much better to the point where, they can come out and take some of those playoff spots. So it's going to be a fun off season. It's going to be a fun draft. And we're definitely going to be covering all of that for you guys. So make sure you guys hit that like I said, if you're on JC's channel, come to BG's channel, hit that like, say what's up. If you're on BG's channel, go to JC's channel, hit that like and subscribe and say what's up. So, they said they don't have that dude Dobson is a beast. Yeah, Dobson is a beast, man. I really think that he's gonna make their team better. I don't know. I think he has a prove it. He's in that prove it mode where like you don't really take a lateral job. If you're not trying to prove something. He could have stayed in KC if he just wanted to be an offensive coordinator and just stayed there and just kept winning championship and doing whatever he wanted to do there. The fact that he's like, okay, I need to get up under Andy Reid's shadow and go become my own man. And the fact that he did that with a team with Ron Rivera, which is also a defensive coordinating, head coach. Now you got your mastermind offensive piece, and I don't know. I think they're going to be a little bit better this year.
Look, hey, Andy Reid was like, "Hey, get away from me." He's been trying. Yo, he literally told EB last year, "Say, hey, you are not gonna get the opportunity if you don't get away from me." But he stayed. But look, let's not, just walk over what LaShawn McCoy said, right? I mean, this dude, he was really, really outspoken about it, and he basically said, "Hey." We all trying to say EB this and EB that, but what have he proved? Like he never called plays, you know what I mean? Like he's not he don't call the passing plays or anything to do with the passing plays.
I thought he called all the plays.
From being that to actually being the OC, you gotta call everything. Passing plays.
But Andy Reid gave him the OC where he actually got to call plays for a couple of years. And if you say Andy Reid's just God at play calling, he got to learn something.
Yeah. But we're about to see. We are about to see what he learns. So that's a question mark. That is a question mark. Just like us, the Philadelphia Eagles might have a question mark on the defensive side.
You think we can go backwards by hiring the wrong coaches?
Huh?
You think we can go backwards from hiring the wrong coaches? Hold on one second. You answer that. I'll be right back.
Like what? Just trying to run the ball. Look, the Philadelphia Eagles could really, really screw the pooch and on this one, right? Screw the pooch, meaning that if you are hiring an OC or a DC that go opposite of what you had the players for, like Jonathan Gannon last year, we know he did not have the right players, right? And we all was like, why didn't you do this more? Why didn't you do that more? But everybody was like, oh, he needed better players. This year, he got better players. His system, to me, didn't really change from last year. It seems like it was the exact same system that he was running last year. But this year, he just had better talent, guys to make plays. So of course, he's gonna look good, but he didn't change from last year. When we played good quarterback this year, he played a little pass, just like, okay, all right, guys, back up a little bit, just the bend don't break type of thing. And then when he played bad quarterbacks, he went after them. The juggler, he was like, go after them, go blitz them. So half our sacks, 8 sacks, 7 sacks, 10, 5 sacks were against bad QBs or rookie QBs. Like, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like, we did anything different from last year. This year, we just had better talent. So, I feel like the Eagles could go backwards if they hire a guy like Jonathan Gannon, but have not been in this system. And now, look, not only you are passive, like, or just relaxing backwards, but now you don't even know who your guys are. So yes, they could go backwards if you hired the wrong guy. I feel like the only way the Eagles could move forward is if you hire an aggressive defensive coach. You have to go after these guys because these quarterbacks, they are younger, faster, like they learn how to read defense, and you have to shock them once in a while. You have to go after them, and that's what caused us the Super Bowl. We were so laid back and say, "Hey, hopefully our bend don't break defense is going to work this time." No, it doesn't work against good quarterbacks. It works against bad quarterbacks.
How do you feel about that? You know what Dawkins said. You know what I'm saying? He would hate to have played in that scheme.
Oh yeah, you know? I mean, and you see why. Brian Dawkins, B-Dawk, you know what I mean? My guy, Weapon X, he's an aggressive guy. He's an aggressive player. He likes to go head hunting, right? Hey, let me go after this guy. You know what I mean? Don't let me sit back there like this. Look, all right, tackle, all right. Like by the time he get up there, there's like 5 people around. He likes to be in the box or blitzing, like the Jim Johnson type of defense. So absolutely, everybody and their mama knew we lost that Super Bowl because of Jonathan Gannon, and that's the sad part about this. And that's why Jonathan Gannon cannot come back to Philly. How
you got a body out of them?
They were a hit list. You know, hey, they were like a bounty out on Jonathan Gannon. He could not come back to Philly. He could not. He's the reason why we lost that game. The offense put up 35 points, and he gave up 38. Not only he gave up 38, but the way he gave up the 38. You saw it the whole second half. I'm like, oh my God.
Those 2 wide open touchdowns are really pissing me off.
Two.
To Kadarius Toney. Boom. I told everybody Tony's gonna make some plays, goddammit. But no, not like that. I didn't think they're gonna be wide open. Like
wide open. And the thing is, on one touchdown play, the Chiefs ran the wrong play. Andy Reid, he tried to call a timeout before that one touchdown. He tried to, but the rest did not get there in time and touchdown. Like, I'm telling you right now, we lost that Super Bowl because of Jonathan Gannon, nothing else. All year long, we overlooked it because we were winning. The sacks numbers look sexy, gorgeous. Oh, my God. Eagles are the 3rd team in NFL history with 78 sacks ever, blah, blah, blah. We overlooked his flaws of, you know what I mean? Like, the bend don't break stuff don't work with good quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So, but it
kind of did work, though.
Huh?
Kind of did work, but just like you said, you got to be aggressive.
Good quarterbacks we beat this year at the bend don't break defense.
But I think we're 8-2 in terms of winning teams.
No.
Because like teams, like quarterbacks, really, are we gonna really go there with the quarterback?
Yes, absolutely, I am.
Because the star quarterbacks, really, there's more like the guys that you didn't expect to do stuff against us did stuff against us.
No, I need to know because good quarterbacks could beat us. Just like last year. Every good quarterback we played, we lost. Every bad quarterback we played, we were front runners. This year, what good, like great quarterbacks, like like Tom Brady, to Aaron Rodgers, to Patrick Mahomes, did we play this year that could expose us to our flaws? That Jonathan Gannon was forced to go back and say, you know what? Instead of waiting for the Super Bowl, he could have went back to that one, game and say, you know what, I could have did that better. We might have won. He did not do that because we played a lot of bad quarterbacks, and it was our fault. Like the turnovers that that we threw that cost us the game. It wasn't our defense. You know what I mean? So like the Minshew game, the Cowboys game. Like to me,
That was Minshew.
yeah. But see, the thing is, Dallas put 40 points. But Dallas put 40 points on our heads. But we didn't look at that because we said Minshew turned the ball over 4 times. You know what I mean? So he gave them a short field. If we had Hurts, we would not give up 40 points. So he didn't have to go back and really dissect that game, how bad it was on the defensive side. It was bad on the defensive side, but nobody want to talk about that. They say Minshew. That's it. It was all Minshew.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I think it was Minshew. I think Minshew cost us both of those games. The Saints and the Cowgirls. Like straight up. If we had Hurts, those are 2 more wins. The only win that you can't say because we had him in the game, but still, like he went 17-2 for the year. That's pretty impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like no other quarterback did that this year. Period.
What?
17-2.
Yeah, I mean.
As a starter, when he was starting the football game, he was 17-2 this year. That's amazing. Like I said, the sky. I mean, the future's looking bright for us, guys. That's how I feel. The future's looking mighty bright for us. We got a lot of young talent that we haven't even seen. AJ Brown's not even in his prime yet. Like I said, Devontae's not in his prime. You can say a lot of these guys from Goddard to even if we keep Miles, like none of these guys are in their prime yet in football. Like 24, 25-year-old cats out there, a couple of them younger. So it's like the sky's the limit. We're already in the Super Bowl. So we had a runner-up in MVP already. And I think the fact that we didn't win the Super Bowl we didn't get not one damn award. Like, not one. That's fucking ridiculous. We were like one of the best teams ever, and we didn't get not one award, and we didn't win the Super Bowl. I thought it would all be all right if we won the damn Super Bowl, but we didn't win it, and that pissed me off. So I think these players all gonna have, they're gonna get that off season. They're gonna do what they got to do this off season, get better. If they all come back 1% better, just that much more better than they were last year, we're in good shape for this next season.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm more excited to see what Howie Roseman is going to do this offseason. He can't go backwards. All right. He got all this high praise for his
GM of the year. You won the award, my guy. You got to keep it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So now what, Howie? You got to the Super Bowl. You lost the Super Bowl, but now you have a bunch load of free agents. What are you going to do? How are you going to keep this team competitive again? You know what I mean? Because you was pumping out your chest. I been did that. You are cussing out the fans with every right, Howie. You did your thing. You had every right to cuss some fans out and tell them, sit your ass down. I'm doing this for y'all. You had every right. But this is a year-to-year league. That was last year. What are you going to do this year?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's going to do his thing, man. I'm not worried about Howie no more. I really feel like since this regime came in, it kind of changed the way how he thought, and he knew how he needed to change. And from here on out, I think that he's going to be a good GM from here on out. I don't think we're going to have to worry about bad picks. You hit or miss on some players. That's not usually his fault. It could be the player's fault. But other than that, like one thing I did want before we get out of here, too, because I know we got 2 hours. Shout out to all you guys for hanging out with us for 2 hours, man. You guys are great. We love you guys. We always like to stay a long time. But Quez Watkins, everybody says get rid of Quez. I'm not on that boat. How do you feel about it?
No. Just keep Quez, man. Look, even he admitted that he took a step back this year.
Yeah.
All right. So he knew he dropped some passes at the worst time possible. The Super Bowl. If he catches that ball right there, instead of us settling for 3, that is a 7-point just waiting just waiting. He catches that ball. It is first and like first and 10 from the 15, whatever it was. It would have been, an opportunity to go for 7. We lost by 3. So big drops, against the Commanders game, big drop, big fumble. So he knows that he needs to improve, but he's young. We don't want to get rid of guys. He's better than Rager would ever be, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you keep him, you keep AJ, of course, Smitty. You have a good 3 wide receivers, man. Keep him. Pascal could be our 4th. You know what I mean? So, and we're good to go.
Like, we really have the luxury of keeping him just because he's like the 5th option on any play. You got your big 3. No, because you got Goddard, AJ, Smitty, and then you got a running game. So then it's like Jalen Hurts or Miles Sanders.
As a pass option, though.
I've been talking about options on a play, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was games he didn't have no catches or even no targets, this year. I think he had targets in every, like, 3rd game or something like that. So it's like he's not as used. And, yes, he came out and admitted that, he was mentally out of it. Like, he said off the field and on the field, he was a little mentally out of it. And I think it was the same thing that happened with Rager when we drafted Smitty. Like, people got to realize he was the number 2 receiver the year before. He got targets. He was in the game. He was putting up numbers. Everybody gave him love for the 700 yards he pulled up, and we want to see more from it. And then you go get an A.J. Brown who, like, kind of cuts into that. Both of them got over 90 catches this year. So it's like there wasn't that many more balls, and he's seen his role decrease. So I feel like he's actually in a good situation where we can afford to let him see one bad year. We've seen him advance 2 years in a row. He went from not playing to playing that first year, and then he went from being like a nobody to a number 2 for us the year after. Now, this year we did pick up more weapons, so of course his role diminished a little bit, but he came out like a man. Like, if he never came out like a man and said none of this stuff, I'd be like, get rid of him. But since he knows what's happening, he understood it, and he understand, like, he wanted to be that bull. He was playing the Batman role all year. He was fast Batman that didn't get no, that didn't get no love, but he did.
But the 3rd wide receiver, man,
got more people to make some plays. Yeah, he could have got more if he would have made some plays. I think that too. Like, if he would have caught some of these drops he's had, he probably would have got some more balls thrown his way. It's all about confidence with the quarterback.
Yeah, but hey, Nina was like, what? We needed a 3rd wide receiver in free agency or keep Pascal. Quest still developing. Ain't nobody got time for that right now. Look, man. I hear you. But Quest is good, man.
You can't teach elite speed too. That's one thing you guys got to learn.
Huh?
You can't teach that elite speed that Quest got.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that we will be fine. We are emotional. Yes, he dropped a key pass. I know Nina for a fact. If Quest catches that ball in the Super Bowl, she's not putting stuff in the comment right now.
Nobody said nothing about Quest no more, man.
And we still a little emotional 9 days, from getting our head beat in the Super Bowl. So I get it. But let's not overreact. Offense,
and he made some plays this year too.
Yeah, he did make some plays this year. So I
touchdowns.
think we're good on offense, man. So my biggest concern heading into this free agency period is the defense. If I'm Howie, I'm focused on the draft and free agents on defense. Bump the offense. You could always tweak the offense a little bit, but I'm focusing on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Get younger at certain spots, get elite talent at certain spots, but definitely just focusing on the defense.
Doesn't matter if he's fast, he can't catch. But he can. We watched him do it for a whole year before the year before. Like, I just feel like it was more of a mental thing for him. Like, like, if you never reached that level where you got that many receptions, that many targets, if you know what I'm saying? Like, when we put him in that number 2 spot the year before and he got that many targets, he got that much fame and success from it, it's hard to go backwards. You know what I'm saying? No matter if it's your fault or not, you go backwards, you feel like it's your fault. Regardless if it's not your fault or it is your fault, whatever, you still feel like it's your fault. And some players are sensitive. You know what I'm saying? And we see that Quest, one of those guys, just came out and said it. Like, it was a mental struggle for him this year. You know, he thinks he can get better, and as long as he wants to work and go do what he got to do this offseason, like I said, that speed you can't teach, and I
Yeah.
think he catches it. Understanding his role next year, understanding that he'll be coming in as the 3, not looking to fight for a 2, or not looking. You know, he probably even had inspiration, and maybe he can even probably outshine. I'm not saying he did say it or not, but even Smitty, you know, that he was a rookie. He was, he was a second year player. He probably was like, okay, well, they got AJ, but like, I'm gonna fight for this time with Spitty. We're gonna be splitting time or sharing time.
Nah, nah.
You got
Ain't
that?
no way in hell he thought that.
I'm just saying, possible.
No, ain't no possible nothing. Shit. Hey, look, I feel like that. Hey, it's possible for me to fly, but I'm not going to jump on top of the roof and try to see if I can fly. You know what I mean? No, he's not. No, but I think that Quez will be fine. All right, Quez will be fine, and we still need to keep Pascal. He might want to go somewhere else where he could play some more. I mean, I think he kind of like tweeted it out throughout the season. He wasn't being used enough. I hear you, but we have AJ, Smitty, and Quest. To me, that is the best 3 wide receiver core
Yeah,
in the league. So
right.
we'll be fine, man. And we got fast. We got a sideline king. Tap toe king, and then we got swole Batman, the bully type of Batman. So we got it all. That's why I'm not worrying about offense at all.
You
Who
want
do I
Kelsey?
want at number 10? Who do I want at number 10?
You think Kelsey goes back? Oh,
I'm not keeping number 10. I mean, I'm not keeping the number 10. I'm trying to get more picks between.
You can't go farther back than 14.
Huh?
You can't go farther back than.
Yeah, 13. I mean,
13, 14.
I said 15. You can't go further than 15. Like 5, because these teams in there was, oh my God, this guy is still there. We could fleece them for a first next year, a third next year. So, I mean, we need to start getting younger in certain areas, but I'm not keeping 10. But if we do keep number 10, I haven't gone down all the draft boards yet, but I know that I would want a DB at number 10. Who's there? Porter Jr., that's my guy from Penn State. Big, physical, a little handsy though, but he's a
Joy Porter. Enough said.
Yeah,
enough said.
Yeah, Porter
we
Jr.,
know his daddy. We know his daddy. Goddamn it!
If we stay at 10, but is he a top 10 pick though? I mean, will we be reaching? I think we might be reaching, because I feel like that he might be like the 4th or 5th best DB on the board. So that he might be available at 30 if we do keep that pick. So number 10, we need to go DB or man, I don't want to say safety because Chauncey.
A running back, man. Go get him.
Nah, man.
Get him.
I don't want no running back at 10.
Game changer though. Go get him. Can you imagine both of them, Miles and Robinson, on the field at the same time? Woo! Go get him.
Hey, Carter, man. If Carter is there at 10, Jalen Carter, right from Georgia.
What's that linebacker from Alabama too?
Will Anderson, right?
Yeah,
but he's like top 4, top 5 pick, man. Him and Carter, if those, because everybody want a quarterback,
slide down to 10.
Oh man, either Carter might be there at 10. Because I think that Anderson will go before Carter, but all these teams with quarterback issues might want to move up and draft some quarterbacks. But I think at 10, you cannot pass up on Carter. Look, Davis, Carter, Hargrave, Carter, Davis rotation. I mean,
that's another guy people are not really talking about. They also talked to the Georgia defensive coordinator about the defensive coordinator spot here. Could you imagine if they go get that Carter guy, and then you got like these Georgia Bulldogs there, you got your old players, your old coach coming back to play for you. He know how to get these guys in the right position.
Yeah. Look, yeah, you think. I agree. A running back is not the move, BG. I
It
mean,
is
you cannot
though.
draft
It's
a running back.
crucial. You know why? Because we're a balanced offense. So just as much as the pass game is, just how we went out and we got like AJ Brown first round this year. We went out and got Smitty first round last year. Running offense is still crucial for this team. You gotta be able to run the football. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just cool with anybody being back there. I want either you keep Miles Sanders, who I believe is one of the best backs in the league, or you go get a draft pick that's going to be projected to be one of the best backs in the league. You only get that in the first round. So I don't know. That's how I feel. I'm not down with the second, third round. I know you say Pacheco sixth round, but
Miles Sanders was a second round pick,
yeah, I
right?
know, but we never win. But think of all the big ones, like especially the
But
last
Shady
four,
McCoy
the
was
last
a second
the
round
last
pick.
3 years right now. The last 3 years, from Alabama, right? The last 3 years from Alabama, all their running backs are came in first round, and they've all been good. You know,
But man, Shady McCoy, Miles Sanders, we have luck drafting running backs in second round.
we do. We do. I'm not saying we don't, but I'm just saying elite backs. We don't stop drafting these guys in the second round. We need a stable back that's going to be here for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole career type thing.
But how do we know that? Like, you know what I mean? Your Miles Sanders did not get hurt in Penn State. Like, you know what I mean? So he got here and he wasn't being used, and then boom, But I think that he's still great here. He's the perfect back with Gainwell, with Boston Scott in this system.
Yeah, that's why I feel like if you bring
Because
Miles back,
we
you're
are
going to
not
bring
a
him.
one running back, a type of team. We are going to use Gainwell and Boston Scott. So why waste a top 10 draft pick for a running back where you're not going to feature every down at the
But that was always our thing, though. We stopped doing that because we didn't have running backs to do that. I remember back when we switched over, said, until we get that one bell cow, none of the head coaches feel like they had the one bell cow. So that's why we went more into rotational back thing. I feel like if you got a bell cow running back that's a beast, a straight dog, that's going to go out there and do your damn thing every freaking Sunday, you get them. You get them, you know? Like I said, we haven't got a first round running back ever. So we didn't get a first round receiver for a while besides Rager or that early since Devontae. So why not just go ahead and just go get him? Go get
we don't
a
need
number
him.
one running back.
Offense is not the issue. That's my only problem. Offense is not
But you
the
can never
issue.
not score at more points. You know what I'm saying?
You can score all the points
You can put
want.
more stress on that defense. And what keeps the ball in your possession longer? Running the ball than passing the ball. So if you got two
We
legit,
had the ball 11 more minutes than the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and we lost. 11 more minutes. We went 11 for 18 on third downs, 2 for 2 on fourth downs, 11 more, and we lost.
Exactly. When we won in 2017, we had two stud running backs.
But we did not have that one. We had a group with Clement, Ajayi, and Blunt. We had three-headed monster. We did not have that one guy.
Imagine this three-headed monster: Sanders, Robinson, and Gainwell. Woo!
I mean,
Unstoppable.
okay.
Unstoppable.
But you take the RPO away from Jalen Hurts, and that is a threat.
I don't think they're gonna ever take that away from Jalen Hurts.
Well, you don't need.
That's a fair question. That's a fair question. You think after they give him this money, they're gonna make him start running the ball?
What?
That's a good question. Do you think after we give him this money, you think they're gonna stop making him run the ball?
No, because that's what made him get his money.
But all the quarterbacks that ran in a lot before, when they got paid, they stopped running.
That is not my problem, because that's what made Jalen Hurts get paid, is the quarterback he is now. It's not what he was the first 7-8 games of last season. It's what he is now. It's what he became after we started running the ball more. It's not what he was from week 1 through 8 last season when we was 2-5. You know what I mean? No. This is the Jalen Hurts you want to pay. The guy with a good running game. Even Miles Sanders said, I would not run for 1,000 yards if it wasn't for Jalen Hurts. So you have to keep him being Jalen Hurts. That's why I don't feel like we need a top 10 running back, especially if you had a Jalen Hurts, because you are wasting that running back talent, because Hurts, he's going to run the ball also. He's going to keep the ball. That's wasting your running back talent right there.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. So, but if we let Miles walk, we can get 10.
Yeah, in the second round. Agree.
First round. Miles walks, first round.
Yeah, the first round pick that going into the second round.
Hey, Gibbs still a good running back from Alabama.
You're not drafting 2 guys in the first round. Get it out your head.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely not.
Why not? We did last year.
Because Howie Roseman always wants to wheel and deal. He always wants to put this team in position to get better, to get more picks. You know what I mean? Like, that's what holds people hostage. Every year, the past 3-4 years, we've been rooting for a team to be bad so we could get their picks, because Howie Roseman managed to find a way, you know what I mean, to put us in position to root for a team because their first round pick belonged to us. I do not think that we are drafting 2 guys in the first round, because I feel like last year, if we did not get AJ Brown in the first round, we probably could only use, well, because we had 3 last year, so we gave 1 away. So
we had like 2 at least the last 3 years?
What?
At least 2 in the first. The last 3 years since Jalen Hurts been here.
No, we only had 1 in the first. Last year we had 3, but we only had 2 max.
That's what I'm saying. 2.
Last year we had 3, but we drafted 3, but 2. But yeah, I mean, look, if we do, we do. But man, I'm a gambling man. Howie Roseman is not drafting 2 first-round picks.
Even if one of those draft picks is a trade for a player, that's a stud.
Trade for
like we did last year with AJ. We traded one of those first for a player.
What position?
Cornerback.
And what player? Jalen Ramsey?
I don't want Ramsey. I'm done with him. Give Denver a first round pick. He gets retained.
Who? Oh, nah. Man, Denver is not giving them no.
They're not trading them. That's why I was like, they're not trading. Or Santi from San Diego or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, man. Hey, we're over here at 2:15, man. Let's give them some final thoughts. Get about here, my guy.
Look, man. Hey, the biggest thing, man, overall, man, look, the Philadelphia Eagles, man, if you're panicking, if you're like, oh my God, no OC, no DC, we lost in Super Bowl, we got, 7 free agents on the defense, calm down, relax. If we know anything and how we trust, right? Offense is good. We just need to retool our defense. We will be fine. We will be fine regardless. I don't feel like that we could get any worse than Jonathan Gannon. So that's another positive.
It's weird. Like, I know what you be saying and people be saying when they say it, but I'm like, you really can't even say it because Jonathan Gannon was the best defense coordinator we had.
He wasn't.
In terms of stats and wins, yes, he was.
He played the exact same defense from the previous year.
I'm saying it was the best defense we've ever seen.
He had the talent.
First time ever. 4.
This has been the best talent that we ever had.
There's been more stacked teams out there, though. I'm just saying, like, for him to be in the record books where he's at, can't say we suck.
You cannot get to the quarterback with 4 regular guys. You have to get 4 great guys, and that's what we had. We was getting to the quarterback 80% of our sacks with 4-man front. We did not blitz a lot. We was getting a 4-man front. So you're not going to get that with a lot of guys. and there are teams that had Aaron Donald there and still didn't get 78 sacks. You know why? Because that was the only guy you had to worry about.
Yeah.
Or Von Miller. Aaron Donald and Von Miller, right? But we had 4 guys with double digit. It wasn't because of Gannon's scheme up front. It was because good coverage back there with elite corners. Slay, Bradbury, you know what I mean? Those type of corners. It wasn't the scheme.
CJG.
Huh? Nah.
I said CJG.
So why didn't we win the Super Bowl? But that's a whole nother thing, man. All right.
Yeah, we're not gonna make it to that one.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because hey, you keep saying Gannon, but then you agree with me. We would have won the Super Bowl if we had anybody but Gannon. So
I just feel like it was another one of them games. Like all how many games we lost last year? 4. All 4 of them. I don't feel like the other team was ever better than us. I just feel like it was a self-inflicted wounds. Like at the end of the day, you can call it somewhere on the offense, somewhere on defense. The Super Bowl was a little bit of both, I think. You know, I feel like the offense, even though we did score 38 points, we could have scored more. You know, there was drops. There's a Jalen Hurts fumble that cost us from scoring. We could have just scored on that drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was things on both sides of football. We just beat ourselves again for the 4th time, and it was just the 4th time. The 4th time, and the 4th time was in the Super Bowl. That was just the worst time it happened. So, I don't know. Scheme, I'm just saying, like, the production, when I looked at the list of defensive coordinators that are available, I'm just like, do we really need a new defensive coordinator? I know he went on, and we can't control him getting a promotion in his job or whatnot, but it's not going to be the grass not going to be as green as most people think it's going to be.
Oh shit, it's going to be greener.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. People was calling for Jim Schwartz, and we could not wait for Jim Schwartz to go when he was there. You know what I mean? So Jim Schwartz was at least a little bit more aggressive. You know what I mean? Than Jonathan Gannon. We was calling with like, bring us Jim Schwartz back. So now Jonathan Gannon is the opposite.
For me, there's no part of you want to see what happens with Gannon 3rd year.
No, absolutely.
I did. This jump that he made from year 1 to year 2. Why
didn't make no jump, Big G.
He still made a jump. The talent was there too, but he still made a jump. His overall coaching was better. I thought. Realize he's only been coordinator for 2 years. So like that every year you get better.
Bro.
I think
it's
not even really an argument because he's gone, but I wouldn't have minded if he would have came back 1 more year.
Well, the Eagles did offer him more money to come back, and he turned it down because he said that he wanted to be a head coach. So he's gone. All right, but no, he did not make no jump. I watched every Eagles game, whether in person or play-by-play. I watched every single Eagles game. And not one time I was like, oh my God, this is the more like the Jonathan Gannon I've been waiting for. He's aggressive. He's going after them. No, I saw 4, maybe 5 guys. The blitz, he was one of the least blitz team in the whole NFL. Out of 32 teams, he probably was like bottom 5 team in blitzing. How could you say that he improved when we got Reddick, Kaiser White, Bradbury, CJ, and that's the key positions that we needed.
I'm saying, like, there's been other defenses throughout the history that's had stars on defense that their defensive coordinators sucked and they didn't produce.
Because the front four could not get to the quarterback. Our front 4 can, because we had Cox, Hargrave, Graham, Sweat, Reddick, career year. All these guys, career year. Why is that? Because one, our back end with corners. When you have a good front with elite corners, you get career years. That's what happens. You had Bradbury. Last year was trash with the Giants. He came here, boom, career year with Slay. Because now you have this was the perfect storm on defense. A perfect storm on defense. Good defensive line, good secondary. You had the perfect match made in heaven. Perfect.
It was.
And this is once in a lifetime moment because Eagles were third in NFL history in sacks ever. In NFL history.
Yeah.
Third, 78 sacks, regular season, postseason combined. So this is not going to happen often. And there's been a lot. The Broncos been a great defense. The Rams been a great defense. The Seahawks been a great defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you need all that perfect mix. And the defense was more, and the Seahawks was more aggressive than us, right? Right. But, once again, everything got to come together. And this was the perfect storm. And it got JG a head coaching job in Arizona.
True. Well, hey, JC, brother, we definitely going to be doing a lot more of this. I'm ready. Hey, we need to get started the whole truth, the NFL show we're talking about doing.
Yeah.
So be able to look out for that, guys. But yeah, me and JC definitely going to chop it up some more every time we get on here. We always on here giving you some fires. So we said our last words. At the end of the day, you just got to realize the Eagles are going to be good next year. Like, I'm stamping it down. We're going to be the first time since what year? 90 something that win back-to-back division championships, and I believe we're going to be the NFC championships again next year.
Not 2004, man. 2004, man. Eagles was the last NFC East team to win back-to-back division titles.
So we're gonna definitely do that. And I'm not really worried about it. I feel like we're in a good position.
Yeah. From
players getting better over the offseason to Howie Roseman being our GM to having $30-40 million in cap, 4 or 5 out of the top 100 draft picks. I think our team is going to be just fine moving into next year. We just need to settle it down. I think everybody agrees, we just need a more aggressive defensive head coach, to come over there and be aggressive, play that Philly style football that we like to play, and everything's gonna be all right on this offense side. And like I said, we might even be better next year. Who knows? We can't even say that we won't be better next year. We could possibly be better with a better defensive scheme. Who knows? But we will see, and we'll be every step of the way with you guys. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, and support your boys, because we're going to be out here, giving you that fire. So, fly, Eagles, fly. JC always like to say, go birds, right?
Birds.
And we out this piece. Y'all have a great night tonight. Peace.